megathon where tip me and do this and do that. We're not doing that. It's business as usual here on DSP Gaming. We play games, we have fun. If you guys like it, you support it. The week is going slow. Tough through it. So how are you doing? This is how I'm doing. Tips very low now, but I've noticed tips very low right now. The week is going slow. It gets to me. My life is ruined. This is how I'm doing. And losers out there who thinks that they know shit, kiss my fucking ass and eat my shit now. A full podcast booked, full gameplay streams booked. Everything's booked. Everything's booked. Can't do anything crazy. And I don't even have enough to buy groceries. It sucks. The week is going slow. Tough through it. So how are you doing? This is how I'm doing. Tips very low now, but I've noticed tips very low right now. The week is going slow. It gets to me. My life is ruined. This is how I'm doing. And losers out there who thinks that they know shit, kiss my fucking ass and eat my shit now. So how are you doing? This is how I'm doing. So how are you doing? This is how I'm doing. So how are you doing? This is how I'm doing. So how are you doing? This is how I'm doing.
Everyone, and welcome to the show. I'm DSP as always, and this is the Level 1 podcast. We're busy having fun down here on Level 1. Death and taxes, microtransactions. My grind flow like water, but my flow like molasses. Still swaying on that axis, staring at the past through these rose-tinted glasses. 15 years, man, singing the same song. I did everything correct. I did nothing wrong. It's been tough finding the strength to carry on. I'll never be like Justin Wong. The drama, the bullshit, my trolls, my haters. I'm laying down the law, and I'm putting my foot down. I'm done with it. I'm fucking done with it. The drama, the bullshit. I'm done with it. My trolls, my haters. I'm done with it. I'm just gonna live my life and have fun with it. I'm done with it. I'm fucking done with it. I'm tired of looking like dirt. Put on a crispy shirt. Take some pride in my work. Stop being a jerk. Spend some time with my wife and my son. Staying in my lane. Down here on Level 1. The truth of the matter is, I just want to have fun. I got some baked beans and a hot dog in my bun, basking in the glow of this digital summer sun. Babe, as soon as I met you, I knew you were the one. You're like a bright ray of light on my rainy day fun. So please tip me, because super chats don't help until the end of the month. Okay? The drama, the bullshit, my trolls, my haters. I'm laying down the law, and I'm putting my foot down. I'm done with it. I'm fucking done with it. The drama, the bullshit. I'm done with it. My trolls, my haters. I'm done with it. I'm just gonna live my life and have fun with it. I'm done with it. I'm fucking done with it. I'm tired of looking like dirt. Put on a crispy shirt. Take some pride in my work. Stop being a jerk. Spend some time with my wife and my son. Staying in my lane. Down here on Level 1.
Over-sexualize everything. Five guys. Fuck my wife. Fuck my wife. Five guys. Absolutely has sex with my wife. With my my wife's. 5 guys. Sex with my wife's. Oiled up. Slippery. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sex with my wife's. Tyrone. Kevin. Kilmurray. 7. My wife is squirting everywhere. Oiled up. Sauce all over her ass. 5 guys. Absolutely has sex with my wife. With my wife. 5 guys. Sex with my wife. Oiled up. Slippery. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sex with my wife. Where get Mo? Who? The cab.
Hello, we're here. It's me now. It's the Atlas Show, Saturday morning. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. That was loud. At 9 a.m. on a Saturday. Let's go. We're finishing up the closet cleanup stream, including the Ottoman, which I didn't know existed until we started this whole debacle. Thank you all for showing up this bright and early. I really appreciate it. And big ups to Iviga for the 8-month re-up on the 60 skulls, saying month count 8, a man full of hate, on May 1st, a day to masturbate, and he did seal his fate. So thank you so much, Iviga, for the 8-month re-up. Big ups. We only have 2 more episodes in this closet cleanup stream. We've got this one here and the Ottoman. So I think as a special style treat, and to not cut the stream extremely short, we're also going to take a look at some of the CT condo vlogs from before he moved and then moving into the Wakando. I think that'll be pretty neat to see all of the shit that he packed up and transferred all the way across the country, because probably a lot of it is the same shit we saw in this. But without further ado, let's just get into it. I want to finish this. It's been a while.
This is it, if you can believe it. After all these hours of closet cleanup, we're going to finish right now. We have 2 more storage bins, 1's bin there, and the Ottoman, and we're done. Let's get right into it to try to wrap this up.
That's what I'm saying. Right into it. Let's go.
Far, right? Okay.
First thing we do is just get up.
Let me move this. We're going to make another noise. Stupid thing.
And he walked the opposite direction of the closet. So we're getting right into this. But we've walked the other direction. Sound good?
Ow! We got games.
We got games.
I'm pretty sure
We
this
got
is
games
the
on our
reason why I have any
phone.
physical games that I have right now. Okay. Ready?
He's really out of breath
SD
from
Shark
walking
says he
across
missed
the
my
room.
Super chat. His super chat. He said, "Sticky goo shows how hot that office gets." No, I mean it can, but the thing is, it's these are controllers that aren't meant to last.
I think it
Stuff
shows how steamy
disintegrate.
the office gets. You know what I'm saying? The sticky goo. All right.
Fuck. What was that?
Okay. And I do want to remind everybody, DSP's sitting on $184 in tips so
Divinity
far.
Original Sin 2.
Been wailed out for this one.
Luigi's Mansion for the 3DS. In there.
Whoa. I'm actually really shocked that DSP puts the games back in the cases.
Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds for the 3DS.
He very much strikes me as the type of
In
person
there.
to just leave them in a pile. We all had that one friend who would touch the bottom of the discs and just stack them together. Gross. That's actually a crime against humanity.
Scarface. Super Just Games. Street Fighter Tournament 1994. I was sent this unprompted
Uh-huh.
after a very, after having a presence on the internet. A fan said I have a DVD of actual tournament footage of old school Street Fighter.
Whoa.
Super Just Games 1994. I watched some of it. It was fascinating, but it's been so long I haven't watched it in a million years.
Yo, maybe we could do that on stream. Okay, nope, there it goes. Right back into the pile.
Lost
All
Odyssey
right.
on the Xbox 360 4-disc edition. I already have it digital. This game likely is like $2 trade-in value at this point.
He doesn't even have the original case. Yo, you guys remember how shitty those the generic cases used to be from the game stores? Like whatever's going on here, that's a shame. That's just a shame.
I'm looking for a price. I don't see a price.
Is Lost Odyssey great? I
already have
don't
the
even know what it
digital. I don't need
is.
the physical.
Yeah, no, 'cause he
Little
did
Big
throw
Planet
Scarface
2
behind the couch,
for
but
PS3.
he claims that he retrieved it, and apparently that's it right there. So
Assassin's Creed 1 for Xbox 360.
Jesus.
The book for Disgaea 4. Just the book. Mega Man Anniversary Collection on PS2.
I'm kind of confused as to why we were holding on to these to begin with, because he's never gonna play a PS2 game on the PS2 again.
Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, Platinum Hits on the Xbox 360, sealed, not opened.
We bought this game and we didn't even play it. Very
Star
cool.
Wars Knights of the Old Republic, Platinum Hits on the original Xbox.
What a banger of a game. Atlas lore, that game actually taught me how to read. Because I
Zelda
was
Breath of
very
the
young
Wild
when I
Wii
played
U.
it. My dad didn't
it
want to
must
read the
still be in
dialogue
Wii
options
U.
to me anymore. Apparently he was too busy working or something.
Rock Band 4. Mind Jack. Sealed. Unopened Mind Jack.
Wait.
Opened Mind Jack.
What in the hell is Mind Jack?
Jack.
I've never in my
Sealed.
life heard
Unopened
Mind Jack.
Jack.
Of course he's got to like wiggle it around. What is this game? It's real.
Just Cause 2 for the Xbox 360. Grand Theft Auto 3 for the PlayStation 2. The original copy that I played a decade ago during the summer. Complete with the manual and everything.
which we just watched the other day. If you haven't seen it, you should go check it out. He's terrible.
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas for the PS2. Same copy I played 10 years ago for my playthrough. The Godfather, the game, on the Xbox 360. Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
So if anyone was curious like I was, Mindjack is a third-person shooter with a cover system where you can mind hack civilians and your character gets controlled with artificial intelligence. Why would I want that? That sounds awful.
On the PS2, the same copy that I played a decade ago for my playthrough. Silent Hill Shattered Memories. It's not in there. Could it be in the Wii? Maybe. The Wii's over
Maybe.
there still.
I guess we'll never know.
Saw 2 Flesh and Blood.
Why do we even own this?
Loose somewhere in my office.
He found it loose. Wait, where did you find it in the office, though? I feel like that's important information. He really is the guy to just
Silent
leave
Hill
discs
4
around then.
Room on original Xbox.
It very clearly has
Gears
the
of
name
War
on
3
the
from the Gears of War 3
spine.
Collector's Edition. For some reason, I still have it. I have no idea why.
Gears 3 banged. Everybody loved Gears 3.
The Godfather 2.
Yeah, get good. This
Assassin's
really is
Creed
like the
Rogue
Lil B
for
video, but
PS3
nothing is
bought
based
as a
and none of
new
these are classics.
release,
I mean, they are,
limited
but
edition,
he's not telling us,
never
so I don't
opened,
know.
Never played. I never done a playthrough of this game. I bought it, but instead I played Unity for the PS4, which sucked ass, and I never played Rogue after.
So we bought this game to never play it. Sounds good. Good investment, DSP. I'm glad we did that for the business.
Saints Row 2 Greatest Hits on PS3. Never did a full playthrough. One of my earliest games that I covered, but only did highlighted footage of it.
And I am begging for DSP to do a full Saints Row 2 playthrough. I think that over all of the other bullshit that he's been playing recently, especially, I think a full Saints Row 2 playthrough would be heat. But he probably got rid of that disc,
Sunshine.
so
Did a full playthrough of this one on the
another
GameCube years
Atlas
ago
out.
on my
What are we
Wii.
gonna do?
Yakuza 4. The first major Yakuza game I ever played, I think. Right? Yeah. And here it is. PS3 with the black box.
Okay, it's got the black box, the big black box, the triple B.
The Simpsons Hit and Run on original Xbox, which I did a full playthrough of.
Another banger. All my homies loved
Silent Hill
Simpsons Home
Homecoming for the
Hit and
Xbox
Run.
360.
Good lord.
Which I did a playthrough of. Good evening, Caseo. How are you? Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 Platinum Family Hits Xbox 360, which I did a full playthrough of in 2016. The debut of the Sonic hat. Except for Sonic Generations before that, many years.
Okay, so it was so it was the debut of the hat, except for the other time that I debuted the hat many years earlier. Sound good? Come on, man. And what is even the point of all of this bullshit? He went over there, got a bunch of games, goes, oh, I've got games, and he's just going to open all of them up, show them to you, tell you when he played them, and he's going to do what? Put them back on the floor? He's going to throw them away? Why do we have to go through every single one? Do you want to keep any of these? I don't know what the goal is here. I'm not sure that this is cleaning out.
Fallout 4 for the Xbox One. I never traded it in. I kept it. Mafia 2 for the Xbox 360. I've since played it digitally and own the rights digitally. Because there's a remake, right? The Hitman HD Trilogy, including Hitman 2 Silent Assassin, Hitman Contracts, and Hitman Blood Money for the Xbox 360.
I didn't even know you could play those games on the 360. That's pretty cool.
Includes game demo download of Hitman Sniper Challenge. If anyone
Well,
would
I don't
like
know why
that.
you would want that.
Enjoy. And I think that's it. That's it. And here's the discs. It looks like a book because it actually has an art book attached.
Yo, a sick art book. Let's go. That guy was murdered.
I never played it. I never played a single game in this collection. So these games are unplayed, never touched in my collection that I could play. Of course, I just boot them up on my Series X. I think it would work, right?
I don't know, maybe you could look it up. I liked, again, that we've bought this collection of games for however much it released for. I would imagine $40 to $60, and you never played it. What a good use of your money. It's really a wonder how you ever had to file for bankruptcy, right? Thank you, Crimson Akai, for the 4 months. This is a historical style stream, Goober. We got to remember all of the guy's accomplishments. This is meaningful, unlike us losers. Well, now that you put it that way, it actually checks out. That we are supposed to be congratulating him and giving him all of the validation and attention that he seeks for having played these games in the past. Sounds good, dude. Thank you for the 4 months.
Okay. Quandale, yeah. He says, this makes me excited later on when you upgrade your equipment, we'll actually be able to see these decorations nicely. Yeah, should be nice. Final Fantasy X and X2 HD Remaster Collection for the PS3. I did a full playthrough of X, or 10 at the time. Never played X2.
X. I didn't even know they made a Final Fantasy X2. I don't know what that would even mean.
Came with some kind of like art
as a
book here, yeah,
Final Fantasy style.
And instruction book.
I do love the explanation of the X meaning 10, though, as if everybody was too stupid to understand Roman numerals.
Already used that.
They made an X3 as well? Why?
Kingdom Hearts 2.5 Remix HD Collection on the PlayStation 3. Already did a playthrough of Kingdom Hearts 2. Never did the other games in the collection.
Okay. He does not like Kingdom Hearts either.
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 on Xbox.
Ah, yes. The worst of the Knights of the Old Republic games. At me in the chat if you disagree. You're wrong and stupid. Kreia is not a good character, and I'll die on this hill, goddammit.
Clank Collection on PlayStation 3. Featuring Ratchet and Clank, then going commando, then up your arsenal.
Alright. Shout out Ratchet and Clank, up your arsenal.
Devil May Cry HD Collection for
Classic.
the Xbox
I haven't played it yet.
I never played 2. Only 1 and 3. Manhunt on the PlayStation 2. Sorry.
I'm really struggling to figure out what the
Prophecy
point
on
is
the
here.
PlayStation 2.
It's cool we still have an Indigo Prophecy physical, though. I guess. We love David
Star Wars: The
Kage.
Force Unleashed on the Xbox 360. Of course, I could easily just play this from any of the digital services now, right? Obscure on the PS2. An obscure horror game indeed. Mega Man X7 on the PlayStation 2. Jurassic The Hunted on the PlayStation 2.
Holy shit, dude.
X-Men
What even
Legends
is
2, Rise of
Jurassic
Apocalypse
the
on
Hunted?
the
Like, we
PlayStation
just
2.
own the
Feels
randomest
heavy.
shit
I don't know why.
possible.
There's nothing in it.
Who's playing these games?
X-Men Legends 1 on the PlayStation 2. True Crime Streets of LA on the PS2. I never played it. Never.
Well, I'm glad we
actually
bought it
booted
then.
No More Heroes 2. Desperate Struggle. Bought it a million years ago.
Never played it.
No one ever wanted to see me play it, so I never played it. I've owned it for the longest time and always put it in the running, and no one ever wanted to see it. Hence why I never played No More Heroes 3, and no one cared.
So he legitimately bought a game. Like, let me get this straight. This dude, He buys a game with the anticipation that people are going to want to see the playthrough. And when nobody specifically asks for the playthrough, he just doesn't bother ever playing the game. He doesn't ever bother doing the playthrough because nobody specifically asked for it. And then goes on to not play the sequels later on down the road as well. Dude, if you were interested in playing the game, you should have just played the game. Why did we bother buying the game just to wait for people to ask for it? Motherfucker, you already bought the thing. Just play it. It's actually a waste of money to have not played it by now. And they never will because it's on the Wii.
Warriors, come out to play. Oh, the Warriors on PS2. There you go.
My life is worse for having heard that. That was awful.
Blue Dragon on the Xbox 360.
Oh, I remember seeing that case all the time, like at the game store. And I never knew what this could even be. What does that mean? Blue Dragon. It's not very inviting. I'm going to be honest with you. This case, you're not selling me, bud.
Lego Harry Potter Years 1 through 4 Xbox Family Games Edition on the Xbox 360. Never played.
Yes. We should play that with Kat. That seems more her speed.
Mercenaries 2 World in Flames, one of the original games I ever did for YouTube in 2008. Never did a full playthrough on the Xbox 360. Far Cry 2, one of the earliest playthroughs I ever did, but didn't do a full playthrough on the Xbox 360.
And I want to remind everybody that we hauled these from the other side of the country in 2014. This video was posted August 21st, 2022. So 8 years later, almost an entire decade, we hauled all of these video games across the country, and some of them were the earliest games we'd ever played and never done a full playthrough of. Did he honestly think that we were ever going to do a full playthrough of these? Did he think that he was ever going to revisit these games? I'm gonna guess no. I don't think that he ever did, but we kept them anyway because of course we did.
Fallout 3 on the Xbox 360. I have a physical disc loose. It's just loose. Okay. Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks on the PS2.
Yo, Shaolin Monks banged.
Sneak King on the Xbox 360.
Let's do a full playthrough with that. That would be hype. Could you imagine
Kung Fu Panda?
modern day Phil playing Sneak King immediately followed up by a full playthrough of Kung Fu Panda? Now that is top tier and epic. I would love those playthroughs. That would be rad.
And Indiana Jones, the original adventure double pack for the Xbox 360.
Dude. The one that was shipped with the goddamn console. That's most definitely what's up.
Ico and Shadow of the Colossus HD Collection for the PlayStation 3.
Okay. For anybody who doesn't know what Sneak King is, it was a 360 game that was given away as like a toy at Burger King. There was 4 of them. It was Sneak King, and there was like a pocket racing game where you had like different Burger King style mascots racing. There was like a bumper cars game, and I want to say there was a 4th, and I can't remember what it was. But those are the ones I had, and they were all equally as terrible. Sneak King possibly being the worst of the bunch, actually, now that I think about it.
Mega Man X8 for the PS2. Pirates of the Caribbean, the video game, Lego Edition, Xbox 360.
Okay.
Pure and Lego Batman, the video game for Xbox 360.
How is that funny? This is just a huge waste of time, too.
Collector's Edition art book.
Whoa, Arkham art book.
Which still has the game in the back for the Xbox 360. I never traded it in. Ride to Hell Retribution for the Xbox 360.
This is the type of dude to have a Ride to
Last
Hell
but certainly
copy.
not least,
Ag.
for the Switch, the only physical Switch game I own.
The only Switch physical copy he owns is like an exclusively multiplayer like PvP game. How does that make sense? You'd think that he would have owned single player games physically.
Vintage gaming culture needs. Apparently, probably one of those businesses I ran into at a convention back in the day.
Can I purchase a Ride to Hell physical copy? You can. Yo, and they're kind of expensive.
Like, I think that's all I
no
have
way.
I'm pretty sure.
That's crazy. There's listings for like $80 for Ride to Hell. That game's atrocious.
Nothing of real value though there, right? No hidden gems, no giant $ games, like not like the classic games that I had.
He like restacking them?
Those back.
Why didn't he just stack them when he put them down the first time? Why are we double handling right now?
Any of the PS2 games I have no means to play. I don't have a PS2 I can capture from. And sadly, a lot of these others, they don't really need the physical. You can just get them digital now. You see? And by the way, yes, I am aware that Super Mario Sunshine would be worth something. I know because when I bought it, it wasn't cheap. It was pretty expensive when I bought it years ago, I remember. So that one I could probably get some resale value from.
He bought a physical copy of Super Mario Sunshine despite it being expensive when he could have just totally not emulated it for free. Awesome. Because I know when he played the goddamn thing, it was already like, what, 2016? 2017 was when he was having that whole Mario Sunshine debacle. Brother, you definitely could have emulated it by then. Everybody else had.
We got a third to check out right now. Okay, ready? Ah, my foot. Just hurt my foot. Oh, man. This one is like ultimate junk. This is gonna be like
ultimate junk. If you guys thought all of the shit that he pulled out before was garbage and had no business still existing on the planet to this day, you guys aren't going to believe this shit. And it appears to be a bin of miscellaneous wires. I'm so excited.
100% of this.
And real quick, thank you, Diablo Pablo, for the 20. The way he pronounces "and" is why I wait Ragnarok. Well, I hate to break it to you, but I don't think that's ever going to change. You could keep waiting, though. It'll come one day, I promise. Thank you for the 20, brother.
Ain't no way.
This shit.
Ain't no fucking way.
It sure looks like junk to me. Okay.
Sure looks like junk to me.
Random HDMI cable that I probably haven't used in 100 years and probably doesn't work.
How do you... All of the other HDMI cables that he saved on this journey we've been on. And this one, he's just assuming doesn't work, hasn't used it in years. We're throwing it away. How? How do we make the decisions that we make?
Fucking Christ.
Wait. What are we Jesus fucking Christing that he had to put it in the bag? Oh, he's Jesus Christing because he had to lift it an inch off the ground a couple of times.
Okay. Jesus fucking Christ.
There's like 20 pounds worth of shit in there. And he's heaving and hoeing, trying to get it an inch off of the floor. Okay. Are you gonna detangle every single one of those, or? Please throw the whole mass away. Please.
A PlayStation wireless headset from a million years ago. heck is this? An external Sound Blaster sound card from a decade ago.
A decade-old sound card. That's what we're sitting on. That's the treasure trove.
Honestly here, do you really think if this shit has been sitting in that bin for 8 years that I need any of this?
No.
Really? Do I really need to go through each one of these and figure out what they are, honestly?
No.
It looks like the
Throw it all
biggest
away.
mishmash of shit ever.
All right. We sat on that for 8 years to never use it and not even look into it. We're just going to throw this shit away. We could have did that 5 years ago.
There's an extra one. I don't know what's on this one. It's not labeled like those others where I have my videos backed up, so I have no clue what this is. HDMI splitter. This is actually, I thought I'd thrown it out, but it wasn't very good. I was having issues, so I just threw it in the bin. I'm just going to toss it because I have a much better one now.
You should have thrown it in the trash bin if it wasn't working correctly, or gotten your money back, I guess. Either way. Yo, is that random Sonic figure that a fan gave to him at a convention years ago? Haphazardly thrown in the wire bin?
Limited edition, 529 of 2500, Sonic Project China. Statue given to me by a fan many years ago.
Let's go. I knew the lore.
Sonic's 15th anniversary. Anniversary 2006, 15th Sonic the Hedgehog. Only problem is that the arms are flimsy and bent out of shape, and they're kind of broken. Which they shouldn't be. They're made of like a heart. They kind of snapped. Like you see the arm is kind of snapped right there.
Well, that's,
so,
dude, that's because you don't take care of anything.
It still doesn't look bad. It's actually not bad. And actually, I could probably put it into the background, right? I think it would actually be good for my decorations in my setup here. I think it would work. But it just sucks that the arm kind of snapped over the years. It went out of place there. But I think it's good. It looks nice, doesn't it? It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks better the further away it is, though. You should continue to put it further and further back.
I'm not sure where to put it, though. Put it into my setup somewhere behind me, right? I know exactly where I'm going to put it.
Just next to all of the other
Don't stand up.
bullshit. There we go. Looks good. Totally doesn't look like a mishmash of bullshit.
Or maybe reverse these two.
Does it matter?
What in the goddamn?
Legitimately, did it matter that we changed the Vault Boy from the left to the right and put Sonic on the opposite end? Like, is this like the is DSP some sort of interior designer? Did this really mess with the feng shui of the scene, or were we just wasting time again? I guess you could be the judge. But I don't think it mattered.
Bad, huh?
To be honest with you,
It just sucks these won't stand up. Maybe I put them further down here like this. They'll stay there. Yeah.
this background is so egregious. It's so ugly.
All day. Look, they're all
Just you can't even see it.
Asses. Okay. Woo! All right, let's keep going. We're almost done. We're getting there. We're in the home stretch. Oh no! An insanely sticky flashlight. The entire flashlight is made of that sticky goo shit. It's completely sticky. Oh!
It's made out of the sticky goo. It didn't melt. It didn't like accrue sticky goo on top of it. It was made from the sticky goo from the factory, obviously.
$16 and says, because my $16 is all I have to give. Without your streams, I don't know if I could live. I wish I could give the world to you, but my $16 is all that I have to give. And with that, we've hit $200 in tips, which means you guys get to vote on a replacement hat. Then an anonymous $5 tipper says, true fans are going to miss these closet streams. They're some of the most fun you've done.
True fans.
I actually hear you. These have been great, haven't they? They've been very unique and different. And to see all this shit from over the years that I've accumulated as a content creator is pretty interesting.
Yeah, interesting is definitely one way to describe it. All of the true fans love your closet cleanout streams, Phil, of course. This is what they come for. Screw the gameplay. We're here for the closet cleanout. Thank you, Ira, for the 5. He was responsible for those generic game cases. Remember, he would sell games back without their boxes. That's how we got the empty box giveaways. You're entirely right. DSP is kind of the scourge of the earth when it comes to generic game cases. because I honestly think that a lot of games, at least physically, lose a little bit of their charm when you remove all of the art that is the game cases, the, you know, the covers and the manuals inside. It loses a little bit of its identity that way. And DSP is the cause. You're right. You're right.
I'm actually excited that we have all new stuff for the background yet again. Every week we're finding new shit, right? Okay. New hat. We got a hat swap. So here's what we're gonna do. Hat swap options. Vote fast. Option 1, keep the beret. Option 2, we'll do cowboy hat.
The hot swap hat
we'll
options.
do Los
Okay.
Santos cap, and option 4, bender. There you go.
Bender. I hope Bender wins just because the way you said it. I like the gusto put upon it.
UTech Smart. It's an Ethernet. It's an old Ethernet adapter for the Switch, because the Switch originally didn't have an Ethernet built in or whatever. So this was a USB adapter for that, but I already have another one that I use on my Switch now.
Yo, this is relevant today. So for those of you who didn't catch the stream yesterday, apparently the new Switch update bricked his Ethernet adapter, the one that he just said he had a second one of, so he doesn't need that one. Apparently it bricked it recently, which is incredibly cool. I'm so glad that things that he talks about 2 years ago are relevant today. That's so cool. It's really like the guy never changes and neither do his problems.
GameStop power adapter for the 3DS. Found a generic power adapter to go with my 3DS that I found. Sweet. Well, that's a good find. Hopefully it works, but that's good. Cool. Now I don't have to worry about, oh no, I don't have a power adapter for it. Yeah. That's a good find right there. Put that right here.
Can I get the yeah again?
Yeah. That's a good
all right.
Put that right here.
Unironically, the most passion he's showed for anything in years.
Cables. What are these? One of these cables, I don't even know what it is, and the other one is USB. Fuck this.
Redbird asking if I seen the RTU rant live. I caught part of it. I need to finish it. I got distracted yesterday doing something else. Too busy, dude.
Generic USB. A really old PS3 controller.
Okay.
Wired. Oh, how rare. Oh, it's sticky goo. It's a wired PS3 controller, but the thumbsticks have become sticky goo. Oh. Sticky goo. Ugh.
Thank you. Hey, Red, for subbing. Big ups.
A generic power cable? I could use this for the PS4. Remember I said, oh, I don't have a power cable for it?
Wait,
well,
how do you not have a power
together
cable for
really
your
randomly.
PS4?
Seriously. All right.
Wait, no. How does that happen?
Well,
How do you not have a power cable
That
for your
one's so
console?
old.
It
It's
came
old
with
USB,
one.
like USB 2. I need a USB 3 one anyway, so I'm just going to get a new one if I need it. Okay. Oh, it was a PS2. An old microphone for my Turtle Beach headset that I threw out and don't have anymore.
Thank you, Hoskew, for the 5 months. Sticky goo. Blah. Big ups. Thank you so much for the 5 months, brother. I agree. Sticky goo. Blah. I have no idea how everything in his office has turned to sticky goo, but I'm here for it because it really couldn't have happened to a more deserving person.
Stylus rubber nibs.
Oh, we've got rubber nibs. That's with a B, folks. That's with a B.
The back panel from my Wii, loose and broken. Yeah, it broke off.
Okay, we kept the panel from the Wii.
Stylus rubber nibs. This is kind of nice. Of course, this is kind of worthless now. Many years ago, when I went to New York Comic Con with John and OJ, we actually documented this trip. It was October 15th, 2011. We met with a few fans who were cosplaying, and they took pictures with us. And then they met up with us at a future con that we went to. I don't remember which one. It might have been too many games. And they brought us this picture and said, how cool is this, guys? We loved having these pictures with you. We wanted you to actually have some too. They had bought extra copies, so they gave us a copy. Well, they gave me a copy. And then I guess they kept, I don't know if they gave John a copy too, but they gave me this. So I just saved it. I mean, I don't know what I guess I'll save it. It's a nice memory to look back and say, oh,
I guess I'll save it? Dude, this is actually kind of robust. I mean, he looks incredibly unnatural and uncomfortable. He is standing next to a woman, so I guess, you know, you really can't blame him. He's married now, stupid. But no, this is a nice memory to look back upon. This is your legacy, DSP. These were your fans. You should keep this. This should be a good memory. I guess I'll save it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Why don't you put this in your goddamn background? This is actually robust and meaningful. Instead, you've filled your background with actual trash boxes from video game consoles and not meaningful things that were given to you from fans. How the Sonic statue was left in a miscellaneous box of wires to deteriorate and possibly be covered in sticky goo. Oh yeah, hands in his pockets, Paul Turner. You know, incredibly natural posing here with fans. Also, I love I don't know if they gave John one. Like, John's obviously far less, he's far inferior to DSP. Why would they give him one? It's all about the guy, of course.
So I just saved it. I mean, I don't know what I guess I'll save it. It's a nice memory to look back and say, oh wow, in 2011, this is what I looked like, huh? I look just as much of an asshole then as I do now, actually, pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, you actually look worse because now you wear these dumb dipshit ass hats, dude. You look stupid as hell.
So I'll save it. Okay. Time to consolidate. We're almost done. We have one more bin, and then we have the joysticks to go through, and we're done. Okay? We are nearly done with the cleanup event. So, consolidate.
The cleanup event.
That goes in there. This goes on top here.
He really should just got his own episode of Hoarders and asked for a copy of the episode. He could have just played it on the stream.
It goes into the same thing as the 3DS. There's an extra hard drive here. I don't know what's on it. I'll have to check. And a power cord for the PS4, all going into that bin. So.
Thank you, WNG, for the 10 Canadian. No way. The guy doesn't need memory. Sound good? Waits in echo chamber. Okay. And then, you know, obviously he's got to clear his throat. It's just crazy to me that this guy who has nothing in his life but his legacy doesn't give a shit about any of the artifacts from the actual time that he was doing it. It's just crazy to me. The hard drives left to failure and rot in the closet. Every statue that he was ever given, every little collectible he was ever given by anybody in his life, tossed into a bin to be forgotten to time. Pictures of conventions that he actually went to, again, lost in a bin, forgotten to time, only to be rediscovered by this great archaeological dig that we've been doing. How robust. What's up, Shogunite? Shogunate Vizard. Thank you for stopping by the stream.
Cap is going to win, guys, unless there's a last-minute voting search. I'm about to go in the closet, push these bins in, and get a new hat, okay? Last chance. By the way, I still didn't find my capture 3DS. That's not a good sign. Unless it's in that bin over there, I might have lost it. I guess we'll have to see, okay? I hope I didn't lose it. That thing's valuable and expensive. So I hope I didn't lose it. All right.
And he's never going to use it again, and it didn't matter, and it won't matter, but he sure hopes he didn't lose it. Boy, I sure wish we would have turned the camera so we could see in there again. Wouldn't that have been nice?
Made a loud noise. Hat swap.
Oh, hat swap. This was worth walking away for. Had to do this, of course.
Okay.
It's gonna be the Los Santos cap.
So for the finale, Los Santos cap is one. All right. Guys, I'm going to put on the glasses again. I can't put on the vest. It's too hot in here. I'm so sweaty from doing this all day. So I hope you are okay with me not wearing the vest. Now, if we
They're
do
not stupid. They paid for it. That's the worst part. I'm going to be honest. I don't give a shit how hot it is in that room. If that room's 150 degrees and that motherfucker made $150, you best bet your ass he should be wearing that vest. They paid for this shit, dude. It's actually a scam. Why would you set up a tip goal to not do it? Because it's hot in there. Why don't you open up the window? Improve your AC situation. Don't advertise something as a goal and then not do it. So I hate that. It's actually a scam.
I don't think we're going to do. I will put on another vest for you. But I'm just going to leave this one off as long as I can because it's too hot.
Part of the bit is making you sweat, stupid.
Let's do this. Last storage bin and then joysticks and then we're done. And we got about half an hour to do it. Okay?
All right, apparently we're on a time limit. Got a half an hour
Final
only.
storage bin of the office.
Yeah, Crimson, he really does think that he's going to die of heat stroke in his office like this. And I don't think that that's how it works. I don't think legitimately any of those vests could be heavy enough to actually cause an issue to his health. It would make him slightly uncomfortable, God forbid.
Fuck. Sony Pulse 3D headset. Only problem, the headband has disintegrated. Now this I bought with the launch of PS5. It's going on almost 2 years old. This is a rubberized
it's not that
headband,
long.
And I told you over the last 2 closet cleanout streams how these rubberized things disintegrate over time. This has literally sat over there, untouched for a year, and the entire band is completely liquidy disgusting. It's garbage. You wouldn't want to put this on your head. You'd have rubber all over your hair.
How does that happen?
And in addition to that, just to show you, I only used them for a year.
Like, I know the joke is Nurgle effect.
Came out and is breaking. You see that? Look. So
replacement ear cups exist,
these
brother. That's not really an excuse.
They sound good, but the build quality is terrible. They are really bad build quality, which is likely why they're only $100. So sadly, after using them for a year,
only $100, folks.
They've completely disintegrated. Okay.
But like, I know that the joke is Nurgle effect, that he somehow has this aura that tarnishes everything in the vicinity.
Shit.
But legitimately, that doesn't make any sense to me. It actually doesn't make any sense that he has electronics like this that are just decomposing the way that they are from just sitting there in the room. I don't think that that's how these things work. I have things sitting in my room that I haven't touched in a while, right? I've got old NES games and shit, and I've got all sorts of things and collectibles and whatnot. They're not literally melting. I don't know how that happens.
Okay. Han says, actually, he says, you know what? I bought a $300 premium headphones, and even there, the rubber material started peeling off in less than a year. Jesus Christ. An anonymous $4.20 tipper says, are you still considering Earthbound? I know the audience might be burnt out from JRPGs because of Final Fantasy VII. Support for that game has remained good throughout. I think an Earthbound playthrough would have a good audience and good support.
I don't think so. People don't like retro, stupid. Let's talk about the summer of retro.
In September. September is actually a very slow month for games. I'm considering Echo Generation and Earthbound as shorter RPGs to balance with other content over the course of the month. So don't feel discouraged.
Is Earthbound a shorter RPG? I've never played it. I don't know.
Well, still might. Okay. Thank you for the tip, by the way. Okay. The beard that came with the Dark Souls, not really Dark Souls, but the medieval hat. Look at this. It's shit. It's really bad quality.
Well, the hat's not much better. I'm not going to lie to you.
It's trash. Okay.
The hat's not funny either, brother. Thank you, Soul, for the 5. With DSP not maintaining them and the heat on the rubber, they will deteriorate fast. So the main reason DSP can't take care of his stuff. Oh, I mean, yeah, obviously doesn't take care of anything, but it doesn't get that hot in Renton, Washington, at least comparatively to where I live. And again, I don't have any of these issues. The temperature is about the same despite me living in the Midwest. In fact, it's typically hotter here in the summer than it is there. So again, I'm just confused as to how he's allowed this to happen. And DSP wasted $24.29 on WWE Champions. Thank you for the $7.99. Why didn't he break the boxes in the room before the stream? Save time? That's a great question, because we're not looking to save time on the stream. Obviously, we're there to waste as much time as possible to get as many tips as possible. It's almost like you don't operate a household or conduct a business. How about you keep your thoughts to yourself? Quit talking about things that you know nothing about. Kidding, obviously. Thank you for the $7.99, brother.
With an incredibly long USB 2.0 cable. I don't see a reason to throw that out. It probably still works. I believe this is the GameCube controller adapter for the Wii U. Now,
wow.
This was for Smash Brothers, right? Because people wanted to play 4-player Smash. And this was the only way to use GameCube controllers with it. I think it came
GameCube?
with the
Did he say GameCube controllers?
And this was the only... This was for Smash Brothers, right? Because people wanted to play 4-player Smash. And this was the only way to use GameCube controllers with it. I think it came... with the
definitely, yeah, GameCube
on the Wii U, and that's how I got it. But I never used it once.
What in the goddamn?
Then why did you buy it? You were never gonna play 4-player Smash on GameCube controllers.
Keeping it, I'll let people tell me if they feel like there's any value. Okay.
Just another thing that he bought and had actually no intention of ever using. He doesn't even like Smash.
Yeah, Queen of Hearts, exactly right. Queen of Hearts is what I've been saying, and you're right. She says. It's like you've been saying, companies use cheaper materials, so you have to buy a replacement with a year or so. I'm not surprised that they use the cheapest stuff on that launch headset. It's called planned obsolescence, right? Sell you a $100 headset to tie in with the launch of the console, but know that within a couple of years, all the third-party companies will have better ones out, and you'll probably want a better one anyway. So sell you a piece of crap that sounds good at first and falls apart
what
in 2
in
years,
the
and you go buy
goddamn?
another thing and you don't complain. That's exactly what it is. Okay.
I don't like planned obsolescence obviously exists. It exists all of the time everywhere, but I definitely don't think that was necessarily the intent, because there's no way that they could have predicted that it would have melted and became a sticky goo like that. I don't think that they even have the conditions in order to replicate that experience. This is exclusively relevant to DSP and his snort fort style situation. There's no way they were anticipating sticky goo as a repercussion from the product that they've made.
This is a headphone jack for my old
Headphone
the
jack.
Astro A40s. It's an optional headphone that's supposed to be better than the one that it came with standard. But I have the A40s over there, and if I already have one like this, then I don't need this one, because I want to see what it has in it. Here's the A40s. We found these previously and put the A40s in here, and I didn't have anywhere to put them at the time. Now I have a place to put them. Let's see what headphones is in here. None. Well, there you go.
There you go. Now it's complete. Figured it out.
Where it goes. And I'm going to put this into the closet, into one of the storage bins.
Yeah, thank you, Ikiro, for the Canadian 2 even. He bought those in case he got 3 friends. Well, that would mark the first time DSP's actually ever planned ahead for something, and it was a huge waste of time and money. So I'm glad that he could do that. The one time he had the initiative to plan for friends. How pathetic. Thank you for the 2.
I doubt this has any value anymore. At the time it did.
Oh my lord. This is the worst detangling method I've ever seen.
How did I get this gnarly knot in here? How is this even possible?
Just no tact. No
How
skill.
do these knots occur? I want a scientist to explain how knots like this occur. How do these fucking wires all knot themselves? because I know I didn't put it in there like that. All right, this is the Nintendo GameCube Smash Brothers controller for the Wii U, which is what works with this adapter. So again, if you're a Wii U Smash player, this has value. Outside of that, no one will ever use this. They never even had
Isn't it
GameCube
just
games on the Wii U.
Isn't
So
that
there's
just
no
a
point
normal
having a
GameCube controller though?
on Wii U because there's no value to it, you see?
Somebody tell me if
So
I'm wrong,
again,
but
I
that's
don't know if
just a
there's any
GameCube
value
controller. It
here
has
to this or
GameCube
not,
like
or this has
the
become
port
obsolete
on the
because no one
end, you
plays
know?
Smash Brothers on Wii U,
Got
right?
a port.
This
It's
is actually
the
like
little connector
the
bit.
least valued one. You know what I'm saying? It is like the worst Smash Brothers game. Okay. Chilled benefaction, I tried that.
So what it looks like GameCube. You guys are saying that it is a normal GameCube controller with 9-foot cord. Oh, that's a robust cable length for a GameCube controller. Not gonna lie, but so it does have value. It's a legitimate GameCube controller that could be used by somebody who still has a functional GameCube and actually play the games on the GameCube, which is incredibly robust. If that's you. So it's not actually useless like he's indicating that it is because nobody plays Smash on the Wii U. Got it. I just wanted to make sure I've got the value in my head correct.
And all it did was smear the rubber around. Because
They sell them on eBay all day long? Oh.
It's gross.
Let me wander
Anyway,
that direction.
So here we go. I don't know if these have any value or not. I'll put them aside for now. Oh, here's what happened to this. My Genesis Mini. I found it. It's right here.
Well, I'm glad we could just throw that into the bin to be forgotten about.
Obviously, I'll keep that if you guys ever want to see me play some retro Genesis games. Right? There's the Genesis Mini.
Pre-owned. This person wants $60 for theirs.
So
That's
hold on
pretty
to that
cool. Oh, that one's going for $40. That's pretty cool.
I'll put some of those in one of the storage bins that I just pushed in
Obviously,
the
all
closet.
pre-owned. Yo, that's like one DoorDash meal.
The Pokken Tournament fighting game controller
Why do we have so many controllers?
that works on Switch. Originally, this was created, I believe, to play Pokken Tournament on the Wii U, but it works on the Switch. It's actually a really good fighting game controller. The D-pad is quite good, and I was using this to play Ultra Street Fighter 2 on the Switch for the year or so that I played it. And then when the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection came out, I dropped this and never needed to use it ever again. Okay?
But you
So
but you
I'll
could
hold on to
have.
that just in case there's a reason to have a really good D-pad style controller on the Switch.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna continue to hold on to it just in case I'm gonna need a good D-pad. Even though, dude, he has a Pro controller for the Switch. Does that not have a good D-pad? I don't know. I don't have a Pro controller, but it looks like it's fine. I've heard the Pro controller is a good controller. And why does he have so many friggin' controllers? I seen it in chat. Obviously, the answer was pre-orders, but like he was beating these games, immediately selling them back to get whatever currency he could out of them and purchase new games or whatever, the trade-in value, but he wasn't turning in any of these controllers that he had no use for. How long did he sit on this GameCube adapter for the Wii U or whatever instead of trading that in as well? Why were games the only thing that got that treatment? There was infinite money to be made, apparently. Look at all this shit that just got left sitting around. That's going to wind up going to the scrap heap. Amazing.
Random PS4 controller where the entire left thumbstick has disintegrated and fallen apart. No rubber on it at all. It's all plastic, so that's trash.
My PS4 controller also fell apart at this point.
Switch, does the controller, so you
The
could use that
thumbstick
game
rubber
controller to play
ripped.
Smash
It was
on the
bullshit,
Switch, so it has
dude.
resale value then, right? I should definitely hold on to it then. If that's really the one way to use a GameCube controller on the Switch, then yeah.
You could just buy a GameCube controller that's specifically for the Switch and it plugs in all the same.
6-axis controller, get ready. Oh! Oh, it's so sticky. Oh, it's so sticky. It's sticky goo. It's disgusting.
I hate this
the
guy.
thumbsticks are complete sticky goo.
He's so cringe.
Just gotta throw all these out, man.
He thinks he's being cute and funny. He's like, oh, it's sticky. Look at that. Obnoxious.
Okay, a PS4 controller. The thumbsticks are not completely destroyed. They are a little on the sticky side.
Everything
for
is
sure.
sticky. This
But
whole
if I
this
really
whole
wanted to
goddamn
clean
room
them
is
up,
sticky.
I probably could and I could probably trade this one in if I wanted
This
to.
guy's a sick freak.
So this one I'll hold on to, maybe just for resale purposes. I don't need it, but just in case. Okay?
Take a shot every time he says something is sticky. From the beginning of the closet clean out to the end, you're not living, bud.
One of the Genesis mini game pads. I'll definitely hold on to that. My office is not big. My office is quite small and stuffy.
Oh, thanks for clarifying. Just so it sounds like you're more miserable than you actually are. Tip me, guys. It's stuffy in here.
Another Wii U controller with thumbstick. No Wii U Plus on this one, but it's a standard Wii U controller and thumbstick. Likely I held on.
Is that
to
a
it.
Wii U controller?
Oh, no.
It looks like a Wii. It looks like a Wiimote, brother.
Ew. The rubberized adapter. Oh, this is disgusting.
It's not an adapter. It's like a case. It's like a
rubberized
holder.
Adapter, or
Not
the
an
rubberized
adapter.
Cover
Thank
has
you.
disintegrated and grown mold on the inside.
Ah.
Oh!
Wait. Jamie, can you enhance that? Yeah, thank you. Okay. Brother, you really have mold in your Wii controller. Oh my god. This dude. Yo, even the like plugin is browning. How does that even happen? I think we need to get the CDC involved. Low-key, this guy's insane. It can't be safe to live here. And he thinks it's funny. This guy's actually a sick degenerate. LOL. Cack.
Nintendo selling accessories that turn into mushrooms for your children to play with. How nice.
They didn't, dude, like, and you guys are pointing out, like, mold can't grow without organic material. It has to be incredibly, like, wet and damp and moist in the closet. In his house like that. How is that an acceptable way, I don't know, to live? I just don't understand how the environment is the way that the environment is in the office. It doesn't make any sense. There's no way you can just live like a normal person and that happen. It has to be some sort of special circumstance. Or he's spilling food on it and throwing it into the closet. Well, that's just insane behavior. I honestly find it incredibly hard to believe that that's the case, but it is the guy, so maybe it isn't. Either way, dude, this is just, I've never seen anything like it. I've seen people treat all of their equipment and all of their games in the worst way possible, and I've never seen anybody actually having mold growing on the backside of their Wiimotes before. That's crazy. I've seen people destroy them. I've seen people literally put them in their mouth, and I've never seen mold on somebody else's controller.
Nice. Oh my god, that was disgusting. Oh.
Hawk to it and throw it in the closet. Good lord.
An Xbox One controller. This is the other one. I put the day one controller into the day one box from earlier. But this one is just a spare Xbox One controller. Sadly, this one was having joystick drift. I guess I'll still hold on to it for now, but it definitely is having joystick drift issues. So I don't know how good it's still going to be. But I'll hold on to it. Maybe
we don't even play the Xbox One anymore, and this controller has stick drift, but we're gonna keep it anyway. The second a controller gets stick drift, if you're not gonna go out of your way to get that fixed, throw that motherfucker out. It's a waste of space.
Goddamn?
That's just the dumbest mentality I've ever heard, brother. Dunning-Kruger with the 5. His hand grease must be off the charts to do this. I have PS1 controllers that are still fine 30 years later, and that's exactly what I'm saying, man. It has to be something with DSP. There's no way. There's no way.
This is a good
Things
one.
don't just do that.
Xbox 360 media remote. The reason I had this is because way back in the day.
Yo, I had
before
one of
was
those way back in the
even a
day. That's pretty
YouTuber,
cool.
I used to have the HD DVD player for the Xbox 360, and I would use this controller to watch HD DVDs on it. And then HD DVDs became obsolete, and I never used my Xbox for anything but games again. For some reason, I kept the controller.
I always wondered if I could play video games on that controller, but I never really tried. Truly a missed opportunity.
Another PlayStation 4 controller. Actually, the thumbsticks on this one aren't even as bad as the blue one. This one might definitely be salvageable. So I'll hold on to that.
Salvageable.
White. Okay. Xbox 360 controller that seems pretty good condition. Oh no. Oh no.
Uh-huh.
Oh, completely corroded battery pack. Ugh.
That's what
Well,
happens when you leave
the
batteries
good
in it,
news is
bozo.
I found 2 spare battery doors on the other in the storage. So I just threw out the corroded batteries, but I could just put a new door on and it's fine. There's nothing wrong with
Why?
it.
Why would you do that?
So there you
Are
go.
you gonna use it?
I'll just keep it.
Okay, we're
There's
gonna keep it.
corroded batteries in there.
Corroded batteries were all inside of it, and I didn't actually clean the little slot there. But I'm just gonna put a
I
new battery
switched
pack on. I'm gonna keep it.
Joy-Cons.
Sound good?
Along with the Joy-Con dock.
Okay.
Not charged, of course, but I mean, obviously I'm keeping that. I'd be stupid to get rid of that. Right?
Obviously. I mean, if you're never gonna use it like that, I guess it wouldn't be stupid to get rid of it. But whatever you say, man. I don't even know where mine is right now. I never used that thing.
They expired in 2019. Throat lozenges. Anyone want a nice Hall breezer? Cool off your throat. 2019 expired. Yummy.
And this really just goes to show you, like, the organization skills of DSP. He's got year-old throat lozenges stuck inside of this bin with miscellaneous wires, corroded batteries, Wiimotes filled with mold. Like, what was going through his brain when he thought it was a good idea to put them in there? Why were they ever put in there to begin with? Especially given the actual health risk and hazard that could have been presented from putting it in the bin in the first place. Well, I don't understand how it could have ever wound up there in the first place. He's got a desk in front of him at all times. Why did it ever leave the desk if not to just go back into the cabinet where it actually belongs in the bathroom?
Another power cable. Likely this was the power cable for my PS4 Pro, because as I was disassembling shit for my new consoles, I just tossed it into this storage bin. So this is probably the one for the PS4. So I'll hold on to that one.
And now we have found our PS4 power cable, I guess. I don't know how we ever lost it. It really shouldn't have been separated from the console to begin with, but...
USB. What the fuck? This is to charge a wireless headset, like 360 headset. That's junk. The world's shortest Ethernet cable. I don't think I need that. Wow. We're almost done.
Nice little burp into the microphone. Really needed that.
Yes, I was actually stupid enough to get another one of these after having the PS Move and it failed and I got rid of them. I got them again for the PSVR, used it for a whopping 3 months, and it never used it again, and it just sat there. So I bought them, traded them in, bought them again, and then had them sit around for another 5 years.
We're saving them. That's the save pile over there on the right. I don't know if anybody has picked up on that, but that's the save pile.
And I have 2 of them.
Oh, we've got 2 of them.
I mean, no, the balls are not gooey at all. They're not made of the same compound as thumbsticks. So they're not gooey in any way. They're fine. They're perfectly fine.
Guys, the balls,
See,
they're
I
not
squeeze
gooey.
them nicely and there's no problem. So you could lick them like this, and they're fine. There's no problem with these balls. Okay, so I'll keep those, I guess, right?
You know, I thought that my joke was gonna be
I
dumb,
finished the Toy Story playthrough spending.
but then
place.
he
I
did
beat the whole
that.
game.
So
An anonymous
joke's
donor sent
over.
me
We did
$1.
it.
He's sorry to
Ack,
harp on
ack,
about
ack.
Earthbound. For someone who plays
Mission
Earthbound in the
accomplished.
generation, Earthbound is far more memorable and a creative experience, and I guarantee the streams that you play of it will be a lot of fun. The game is soulful and endearing. I played it before. I played it on SNES, and I played it about 10 years ago as well during the Summer of Retro. I know, it's a great game. I love it. I would love to do it with an interactive audience this time around, because I didn't do that
yeah,
last
boat.
time.
It
So
literally
I'm
is
down,
RTU
I hear
level.
ya.
Yeah,
You're
100%. He might as well have played a fart noise on the on the stream for everybody while he did it.
Another weird USB cable thing. Probably at one point I used this to charge controllers or something, but I definitely don't need this.
What is a USB cable thing? What kind of USB is it? You should be able to look at it and tell.
Look at this.
Why is it so nondescript for?
An optical audio cable that I don't need.
Okay. Sounds good. In the trash. Think about all of the, I just take a second and think about all of the minerals and materials that are going into all of these cables so that DSP can send them to the landfill. I'm so glad that all of those children in those foreign countries did that for him.
Really cheap generic headphone earbuds. I don't even know what those are. A PlayStation 2 style power cable. When the hell will I use that?
That looks just like the one that goes into the back of the PS4, doesn't it? It's the same exact style. The little two circles that come together. You know what I'm talking about. It looks the same.
Power cable. When the hell will I use that?
A bunch of different things use that kind of cable.
I think never.
All right, we're never going to use it. Into the trash.
Another random Wiimote with old ass corroded batteries in it that exploded everywhere. Ugh. Ugh. Just the thumbstick Wiimote half, that's fine.
We're gonna keep that. We're ever gonna use it again.
I'm really dreading looking at this one. I really don't want to, but I think I have to. I really don't want to look.
All right, tell me in chat right now. I'll give it a few seconds. You think there's mold in the back of this controller? Yes or no? Just give me. Let me know. Let me know, because it being the black cover, I think that he actually has to take the cover off to figure it out. And I can't actually imagine that there's two Wiimotes in this closet that are covered in mold. There's no way. There's no way we've got two moldy Wiimotes.
This one though, I get the feeling I know what's gonna happen. You ready?
Please.
Are you ready for this?
It's like all yeses in chat, for the record. I don't see a single no. This suspense is dreadful. Really struggling though.
I'm not seeing mold or goo. The rubber is not disgusting. These are good signs, but what lies inside the battery case?
Appears no mold. This is a chat L.
Oh no.
But the batteries
Oh, it's fine. They didn't
are
corrode.
fine.
They're old batteries, but they didn't corrode. Okay.
Why did he leave batteries in everything?
At all. Not okay. They only expired in 2018.
Oh, well, the batteries only expired in 2018 is a crazy statement in 2022.
Okay. A useful Wiimote. It can actually be used. Good Lord. All right. Wiimote. Another PS4 controller. Thumbsticks intact. Not disgustingly gooey. Maybe needs a little bit of a cleaning. That's 3 solid PS3 or PS4 controllers that I found.
He's got 3 PS4 controllers. I have owned the PS4 since launch, and I just now recently bought my 3rd PS4 controller ever. Ever. And this dude has found 3 just sitting in his closet. How many total did he have? He's had to have had like 5 or 6 then.
The wired and shitty Xbox One headset attached to another one of those Xbox adapters? No, the headset is permanently attached to the adapter. What the fuck? Wow.
That bag does look incredibly full by now, though.
Sync wire, audio splitter cable.
Yo, I think I'm going to be in need of one of those soon. I have something that I want to pull out for personal use, and I think I might need one. And I'm going to be pissed if I have to re-buy one, because I know it came with one.
The Chronos Max USB adapter that's supposed to make any controller work with any other console. At first, it was a good idea. The problem was, after having it and trying it, it was discovered it added significant frames of input delay to your moves. So, for example, if you're playing a standard game, it's not a big deal. But if you're playing a competitive game, like a fighting game, or if you're playing Call of Duty, this Cronus Max sadly lagged your inputs. Now, they updated it over the years, but this is the very old version. This is not the more modern. This is the original model from like 5 to 7 years ago or something crazy like that. Okay? So basically,
why did we need this?
It doesn't really do anything anymore. It's worthless. If you're going to buy one, you buy the new one that has the upgraded software and works better. This is the outdated edition.
Not only did I not know that this device ever existed,
So
but
it's nice to look
DSP...
at it and say, wow, it was a relic from history. At one point, people brought these to fighting game tournaments to play with different joysticks on different consoles.
Okay,
But
I guess
it's a
that's
piece
the
of
use case. I was going to say, the DSP never had a use for this. This guy owns every single controller 5 times over. I don't know why he ever needed an adapter, but if it's for fighting game joysticks, I guess that's the move. You know, the guy did organize tournaments or something. So, whatever. He wins by a
shit.
technicality
It's not
this
worth
time.
anything anymore. There's a million new versions. It's trash. An old adapter for a tripod to put a camera onto it. I don't know what it's in there loose for.
All right, into the trash it goes.
And last, but certainly not least, my Nintendo 3DS XL with the capture
card
device.
Let's go.
Where is it?
Probably
Oh,
it's
I'm
covered
staring at
in
it. That's the
goo and
USB cable
sticky
installed
and
with
mold.
built-in capture device. Now, I don't know if it works. I'd have to I have to plug it into my PC and see if it works. I have to find the software. I don't even know what the software is for it. So I have to find the software or download new software and see. At the very least, I think it still works as a 3DS XL. I have a power adapter for it right here. But if this can capture, it's actually valuable. And why? They don't sell
incredibly
these anymore. This was
valuable,
made by a
actually.
company who was modding these 3DSs, and to my knowledge, they stopped doing it, and no one can get a modded 3DS anymore. So this actually, if it works, could be pretty valuable. But I don't know until I test it, and I need time to test it. Okay, which I don't right now.
And pet peeve of mine is the storage of this device with the cable still plugged in. I can't imagine the amount of pressure and tension that was put on this cable, possibly causing damage to the port on this super rare and expensive, valuable style 3DS that we're sitting on right now. That's incredibly irresponsible. The fact that that was ever stored that way is just, it's a shame, really. It really, and I don't even like 3DSs like that. I've literally never owned one. I'm not the biggest Nintendo person, but I know people who are. I know people who wish that they had this, and the fact that this was stored in that way is a shame.
Valuable.
Just a shame.
What I have is an insane amount of gaming joysticks at my feet. What I need, not joysticks, gamepads at my feet. We have a few more things over there, and we have joysticks to go through, and we're done. Let me get a bin from the closet to put all this shit in, because I'm saving all of this. Hold on. Okay.
Yeah, Ramon, I believe that there is still somebody out there who does mod 3DSs. You have to send them one, and then they'll send it back, and there's going to be like a new built-in port or something. I was actually eavesdropping on a conversation about it the other day. Still, it's something that you have to go out of your way to do and pay, I'm sure, a pretty penny for. And this guy's just had one for how long, and he didn't take care of it. Very cool.
Okay. All this shit has to go into this bin.
Just throwing controllers and shit in too. Like, he's not even placing them, literally letting them go. Fine. It's fine.
Fuck that is.
Does this sound like all of the care and attention these peripherals deserve to you? Me personally, no.
Almost done.
Yo, Marcus, my PS4 does still have a copy of PT on it. Not even gonna lie, it's still installed. I never uninstalled it. Ag, ag, ag. It's forever the PT machine.
Just in there for now, just an empty storage bin. Figure out what to do with that later.
Wait, what was that move? What did we just do there? It comes out.
Just in there for now, just an empty storage bin. Figure out what to do with that later.
Is he like kicking something in? Is he moving a bin with his
All right,
foot?
we're almost done. We got a few more odds and ends, guys.
I don't know why we had to
Big
bend
finale.
over in front of the closet. It's a little sus.
The box my Gunner glasses came in over a decade ago.
A decade-old Gunner glasses box.
Junk. Why do I
Very
need the
important
box?
to keep
I don't
that,
need the bag.
obviously.
I don't need the box anymore. Okay? Years ago, a fan of mine.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so this was sent in from a
when I
fan
was using
too.
The Astro A40 headphones. I started talking about how the parts of it were wearing out, and a fan of mine contacted me and said, "Hey, I'd like to donate a mod kit. This mod kit added on new colored side plates, but also added on a longer microphone and new ear pads that were the noise canceling as opposed to the soft, fuzzy ones. But I saved the box for no reason, and I saved the old accessories that are the lower grade for no reason. It's junk."
It's still in the box, dude. I don't think that it is junk. It
Okay.
definitely could have. All right, that's fine. Whatever. I
I'm
don't
about
care.
to reveal something to you guys you never even knew existed. Are you ready for this? We're
I've
about to wrap.
been
We're getting
ready.
close to wrapping up, but there's something new, guys. Spawn Killer to the dollar said, "Where's the Sagat or the pilot hat?" Pilot hat's in there. What do you mean, Sagat?
Yes, Dan, he's so out of breath that it's insane. You'd think that this guy was 20 years older than he actually is. Like, my actual grandparents get around more effectively and less labored than this guy. This guy who was a fraction of their age. That's crazy. He really is like an alien-style anomaly. Catch DSP in the new Stalker game that recently got delayed for the 100,000th time. At this point, I'm beginning to lose hope, I won't lie. But catch him there, for sure.
God. What are you talking about? So the pilot hat, it's in there. In the closet. I don't know what you mean.
Yes, Evil
you
Dave.
ready?
Stalker 2 got
Here it
delayed from
comes.
September to November 30th, I think. I'm seething. It's fine.
All right? So.
Yeah, exactly.
You
November
guys never knew about
2030.
this. All right? And I want to reveal this now, years later.
Okay.
If you remember,
The big reveal.
a couple years back,
Uh-huh.
right before COVID started. So
Okay.
we're talking early 2020, before COVID became a big thing. I was actually contacted. I didn't reach out to them. I was contacted by a company called Hori, the same company who I have multiple joysticks from. I have multiple, game pads from. And the company, if you remember, at one point they contacted me for a sponsorship opportunity. They wanted me to try out their new product, which was the Hori gamepad attachments for the sides of the Nintendo Switch. I forget exactly what it was called, like the Gamepad Pro or something like that would go on the sides of the Switch. You hold it like an actual controller rather than the Joy-Cons that are small. This had big grips on it and everything. Okay?
Okay. The Hori controller had big grips. DSP loves a big grip. And to answer Astrodotus, I did not see the teeth reveal. Phil did yesterday, but I did see in the detractor beam thumbnail it was a close up of his mouth. So I would imagine that came from that, and I'm gonna have to see it later. So
they contacted me and they said, "Here's what we want to do. We're going to give this to you. You can keep it as long as you do some kind of a review of it. Can you do a video review or whatever? Or if you're going to do playthroughs with it, can you do that and say? And I said, well, I'm not going to do playthroughs with it. I can't capture from it when I'm holding it like that. But I would use it, and then I would tell everyone what I think about it in a video.
So it was like a sponsored style thing where you got a free product and you were going to talk about it?
Thank you, guys. So that was over 2 years ago. Now, here's what happened. I released my video of the Split Pad Pro. Okay. I send the video to the Hori representative who I was speaking with. I said, here it is, just so you know, this is what we had agreed upon. Let me know how it goes. And that's it. Okay. I never heard back from them ever again. I heard nothing. It was like just dead, like the person didn't exist. Right? I'm going to guess it was either one of two factors. It was either that COVID happened, and because of COVID, everything changed, and maybe those opportunities, that sponsorship opportunity wasn't going to continue, because they were talking to me like this was going to be an ongoing opportunity. Like if this went well, they were going to send me more products and stuff to test. Okay? But they ghosted me after that. I never even followed up again. I sent the one email, never heard from them again. I was like, whatever. Okay? The other opportunity.
When is the story going to get interesting? I've been waiting.
When I made that video, my trolls reached out to them and were like, hey, why are you giving opportunities to this guy who's this and this? And they probably linked all the slanderous, defamatory links to them. And they were probably like, you know what? Let's just cut the cord. Let's just, cut contact with this guy. We don't know if this shit is true or not, but we definitely don't want to deal with all these people involved with the drama, right?
Is that wait? Sorry, I missed the section.
It could be trolls. It could be that when I made that video, my trolls reached out to them and were like,
okay, it could have been. It could have. This is all speculation. We have no confirmation this happened. Okay.
All the slanderous, defamatory links to them, and they were probably like,
this is all just made up bullshit that doesn't matter. Gotcha.
Let's just, cut contact with this guy. We don't know if this shit is true or not, but we definitely don't want to deal with all these people involved with the drama, right? What you guys don't know is that in the meantime, out of nowhere, unprompted, they sent me another product.
Wait, so hang on. So they didn't cut all ties with you. They didn't get these trolls coming through and telling you all this, or telling them about all of this nonsense with you, because they continued to send you another product. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? That doesn't make any sense. You actually just speculated that they ruined yet another, sponsorship opportunity with the company, and then they sent you a whole nother thing? I don't think that that's how that works, man. That doesn't add up. That doesn't make any sense. And it most definitely didn't make any sense when you said it in the moment. What is this shit, dude? How can you lie like this? It's so obvious.
I never showed you guys this before. I never even opened it. This is called the Hori Doom Eternal Tactical Assault Commander Prototype M2 for the PS4. What this was supposed to be was a way to play Doom Eternal as if it were a PC game rather than a console game. It simulates playing on a keyboard and mouse on your console. Now, when they sent this to me,
it doesn't. No. It does not simulate playing on a PC like the mouse and keyboard. It's just it's a short keyboard with a mouse. You are essentially playing on a mouse and keyboard. And yes, Crimson, it is absolutely a gimmick. But I guess if you're more comfortable with a mouse and keyboard, or you need that kind of control for a video game, this is the peripheral for you. It does have a use case. I just don't know how many people are looking for it,
You mean to send this to me? Because you didn't even tell me you were sending me this. I don't even know why I have it. Was it a mistake? And they responded back, oh no, this is another new product we'd like you to test as well. So go right ahead, and no commitment on this one, because this one we did unprompted. But whenever you want to test it out, go ahead and please let us know when you make a video about that one too. Okay? So I got it, and I was thinking about how could I use it, and I was like, I would have to reconfigure. Maybe if I reconfigured my desk here and made it a little lower, and I could play the game like this and play it like a PC. I was actually starting to plan out.
Wait, well, I gotta move the cat from the keyboard.
I would have to reconfigure
this little motion here. I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't appear to me like a very comfortable and natural way to be playing on a keyboard and mouse by any means. Look at this fella here.
Maybe if I reconfigured my desk here and made it a little lower, and I could play the game like this and play it like a PC.
Just completely looking off to the side. His elbows are at a weird height.
And then
arms oddly outstretched.
Saying, hey, FYI, when Doom Eternal comes out, I will try this with Doom Eternal, but in the meantime, here's my video for the Split Pad Pro. And that's when they ghosted me. So after that, they never responded ever again. So I just never used it. Here it is, closed, sealed, never opened. I don't know if it's any good or not. I don't know if it works only with PS4 or if it also works with PS5. I don't know how good of a peripheral this would be. You know what I mean?
You could take it out and try it. You could figure it out.
You know?
That might almost be an interesting
honestly
stream.
It was the trolls. Because I actually think what happened was they would have had me do all kinds of opportunities. Keep in mind, all the joysticks and shit, all the gamepads I like from them, likely they would have been sending me products like crazy to test out and review for you guys. But the trolls probably harassed this person or whoever, you know, their social media was, and they were like, what are you, crazy? You can't send stuff to that guy. We're going to have this kind of harassment all the time. We can't have that.
Brother, they sent you something and you never did anything with it. You didn't even open the box. I don't think that it had anything to do with trolls, and more that they sent you a peripheral that is tens of dollars, maybe even $100 or whatever, and you never even talked about it. You never showed it on stream. You never did any content using it. Of course they didn't send you more shit. Of course they didn't continue to reach out with you, because they sent you free merchandise and you never did anything with it. I can't stand this dude. He doesn't think for longer than 5 seconds, dude. And he's constantly trying to blame trolls, which is pure speculation at best. Anything to be a victim, just anything. It's actually his own fault 90% of the time. And it's the trolls. It's always the trolls.
So literally unopened. Does it have any resale value? I don't know. I don't know how many people really want a keyboard replacement / mouse setup for a PS4 that looks like it's Doom Eternal branded, you know? So all I'll say is I had it for years, never touched it, just sat there. All right. So I'm going to put this into the closet for now. Don't know what else to do with it. And maybe eventually get rid of it, sell it or something. I don't know. But for now, it's kind of, you know, just sitting there worthless. Okay. All right. So let's put that in the closet. What I'm going to do now is move the resellable things into the closet. And then basically the only thing I didn't get to do to Ottoman.
Well, they don't even sell them anymore, so that's pretty cool.
I know there's multiple gaming joysticks in that Ottoman, and we're out of time. I can't keep doing it tonight. So maybe one night as a random one-off, we have a random night stream.
Just want to make it clear, not to interrupt or anything, not to derail. That PlayStation 4 TAC Pro Type M2 Doom Edition from Hori was $159.99 MSRP on release. They sent him a $160 peripheral for him to never even take it out of the box, and he's sitting here blaming the trolls that he never received anything else. Amazing. Simply amazing.
With nothing to do.
Can't imagine why they didn't message him back.
Ottoman exploration stream. We open the storage Ottoman and we see the joysticks inside, but I'm not going to do that tonight. Okay? So let's just put the final things in here. Rest in peace to my voice. My voice is all right. It's not bad. It's been much worse.
As he voice cracks into oblivion.
Okay. Oh, God, I can't even get up. There. Getting attacked. I don't even know where to put this. Put that there for now, I guess.
And that's also, you know, something that he could have put in his background, because at least the peripheral is actually in the box. But instead we have an empty PS5 box instead.
All right. So.
And it's not even interesting.
I could sell the Xbox 360. I don't need that for sure. I could sell the Xbox One. I don't need that for sure. So those are two things that absolutely I can sell. As for those controllers and things, that's kind of a what if. I might get a few bucks each. That's like not a big deal. Okay? Definitely I could sell the PSVR. I see no reason why the PSVR I couldn't sell it for a little bit. And then all those games.
I don't know if he ever sold any of these things. I really don't. I don't know if there was ever confirmation any of this ever left the snort fort. For all I know, the goddamn bag of trash is still sitting in the snort fort.
Shit. Fucking stupid thing. Fuck out of here.
Okay.
PSVR.
Oh, we had to go and
all
get the
accessories,
PSVR because you don't know what that is,
only
apparently,
used
even though
for
we
a
pulled it
couple
out on
months,
this
no
stream.
big deal. And then all the games.
All right. Okay. All the games that we opened up with, where we opened every single individual case. Yo, is that the Lion King?
Right?
That's his favorite
The
movie.
games you guys essentially told me have some value. Knuckles Chaotix, Mega Man X3, original Mega Man.
Yo, thank you. I need a hand job for the 4 months.
In the box with all
In the
the
60 skulls.
accessories.
I don't think I've ever seen someone built quite like DSP, and I don't think you ever going to see another human being built like DSP. He's unique in that way. He's like we always say, alien style. They just the skin suit doesn't fit correctly, and I don't think it's ever going to fit incorrectly quite like that on anyone else.
A sealed version of Super Nintendo Lion King. Mutant League Football with the full box and accessories. Mutant League Hockey with the full box and accessories. Mega Man X2. Night Trap 32X CD, Sega CD. Corpse Killer 32X Sega CD. The Amazing Spider-Man Sega CD Limited Edition. I think. No, just the regular edition with all the accessories. Earthworm Jim Special Edition on the Sega CD with everything intact, pristine. Okay.
Pristine. In the Snort Fort, I'm finding that incredibly hard to believe. There's probably mold all up in it. It's probably sticky for some reason. And the colony of ants that's residing inside of it is probably adding value, of course. It's like a free snack game when you buy the game, obviously.
I think the only reason you would need this if you're doing some kind of a weird audio capture out of the Nintendo 3DS, which I'm not doing. So I'm just going to get rid of this. I never used it. We already determined we're throwing out the Pulse 3D headset. That's the adapter for it. Don't know anything about what this wire was. We found nothing that used it. And this is my only USB-C wire that I have outside of the ones I'm using to charge my accessories. So I absolutely need to save this. This is actually a valuable wire to me. Okay?
This is a valuable wire to me. That wire specifically is robust and meaningful to me, of course. I don't know how he only has one USB-C, but I guess that is the case. He's only got the one.
And the vest, I'm going to put the vest back. Okay, so.
All right.
So honestly, all that's left, all right? All that's left is Jesus Christ. The joysticks, which we have to do at some point. Maybe one night we'll have a random night with nothing to do and we'll just want to chill a little bit or have some extra time and we can open that up and see what gaming joysticks I have in there. And
I don't think that ever happened. I'm going to go take a look, but I don't think joystick cleanout happened.
But that's it. That's the journey. Now, it's funny because how many years I keep telling you guys, oh, there's all this shit in my closet. And everyone's like, why don't you just go clean it out? Clean it out. Guys, we just spent three giant stream segments. Each time 3+ hours. Okay? Sometimes 4 to 5 hours. Cleaning that sucker out to get it clean. Now it's not clean. Now I have to vacuum it and clean it all up. But do you see how much shit was in there? Like, how in the hell was I supposed to do that? When was I going to have free time to do that? You know, take a whole 2
whenever
days
you
off of
fucking
work
want it, dude. It's your schedule.
Obviously not. Okay?
Wait, I'm going to sit there for hours at a time and clean out my closet like an asshole? Is that legitimately what he just said?
When the hell was I supposed to do that? When was I going to have free time to do that? You know, take a whole 2 days off of work to fucking sit there in my closet like an asshole? Obviously not. Okay?
how does it make you look like an asshole to take care of your goddamn house and clean out your mold infested closet, dude? How does that make you look like an asshole? Actual, like, I don't want to call it home maintenance because it's not like, you know, he's taking care of his water heater or anything. It's not like he's getting his AC checked out. But I guess home maintenance, you've got this closet literally filled with mold and sticky, mysterious goo. Makes you look like an asshole to clean. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Who gives a shit? Anyway. But I don't think that he also realizes that the closet clean out could have taken an actual fraction of the time had he not sat down and showcased every single thing in the closet. If he would have just stood up for an amount of time longer than 30 seconds and just took the things directly from the closet and put them into the place where they needed to go, whether that be into the bin or into his shitty setup or whatever, a fraction of the time had he not streamed it. But of course, that would be unbillable hours, and we can't do anything if we're not being paid for it, of course, including cleaning up our own fucking house.
Okay. I like to poop. Tipped $1.50, claiming people are trying to sell that Hoary Doom thing for $400 online. I don't buy anyone would buy that for $400. That sounds pretty ridiculous to me. I'm not saying that maybe it's not a collector's deal because of the branding. I don't see an accessory like that being sold for $400. That's ridiculous. Okay. So, yes, Michael Kane, I see what you're saying. I've gotten many recommendations on those retro games of what to do. What I need to do is do research. I don't have time right now, but I need to find retro game areas around here.
I've gotten many recommendations, but what I have to do is listen to none of them and do my own research in an indeterminate amount of time and do nothing with them at the end.
For doing this with me for the last 3 giant sessions we've done it. We finally, like I said, we're done now. The one last thing we will do one night randomly is go and look at those joysticks in there. But outside of that, we're done, essentially. We cleaned the closet. Look at all the stuff added to the setup behind me as a result, right? And I'm pleased with the way it went. I want to say thank you. Thanks to everyone for chilling. Thanks to everyone for participating, for supporting these streams, because obviously these are not gameplay events like I normally would do. And I'm very happy that people are supporting them as well. And I hope that you had as much of a fun, chill time, you know, as I did. All right? I think SD Chargers did yet another super chat, and I missed it. He's a sticky goo show.
$200+ for this.
How hot the office gets. Yeah, and, you know, depends on what day and if I have the air conditioner on or not. But yeah, the rubber melts after a while because it gets so warm and stuffy in here. So, all right, so guys, this is officially it. This is the conclusion, the finale of the Closet Clean Out trilogy. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you got some entertainment and chill factor out of it. Thank you, Andrew.
Hopefully you got some chill factor out of it.
Like I said, some things.
What does that even mean?
Setup. Some things we found that maybe we'll use in the future. Obviously, having the ability for the closet to be clean. We added new hats to the rotation as a result.
Having the ability to have the closet clean? Like, is that the sentence we said?
Future. Obviously, having the ability for the closet to be clean.
Having the ability for the closet to be clean. What does that mean? What ability is that? What power have we harnessed from cleaning out the closet? I'm unsure. Is this an ability?
We added new hats to the rotation as a result. Tons, right? So this is all really awesome.
None of his speech ever makes any sort of sense. It's all nonsense, gobbledygook at best.
Figure out where I'm going to plug this thing in. Since I put away my Xbox One, I need to have another console to plug this in, so that has power, so I can actually have surround sound. But outside of that, guys, thank you so much. Please have a good evening. Not until next time for this, but thank you for chilling. I'm sure we'll be doing more chill kind of stuff like this in the future. But for now, this is DSP signing off, saying thanks a lot. See you next time.
Awesome. The big salute, of course. Okay, anyway. And of course, we're not going to leave out the Ottoman. We have to clean out the Ottoman. I have no idea what stream this took place on that he's got $472 in tips. Must have been a different style begathon a couple days later or something. I genuinely don't know. But there's an hour of Ottoman storage cleaning, so strap in. I'm sure it'll be super cool.
Due to all of my plans for today being thwarted by malicious, illegal actions against my channel here on YouTube.
Oh, hi!
I don't really have enough time to do a gameplay stream, but there is something left over. Something that we were working on. A closet cleanup event that I worked on over the last, I have no idea why I partially opened my door like an idiot, that I worked on over the last month. As you can now see, my closet is nicely cleaned out. Things are stored properly. I actually have things hanging in there to use. It's very nice. The utility has been added dramatically because we've cleaned out that closet, and I'm really happy about that.
The utility has been added dramatically?
Has been added dramatically because we...
Again, I don't know what that is even supposed to mean. It is a closet. I don't know how you add utility to a closet. The closet has always had the same amount of utility. It stores things. It's all dependent on what you store in it, I guess. I actual alien talk again.
We've cleaned out that closet, and I'm really happy about that. However, there remains something else that needs to be cleaned. All right? And I'm curious. How go to clean this out. Let's see how this looks. Ready?
Okay. We're doing the big look over. Oh my lord, there's the door. When's the last time you guys saw the door?
All right.
I'm not even sure if I've
What you guys are
ever
looking
seen
at
this
right now is something
angle.
you've probably never seen before. This is the rest of my streaming setup. Right here next to me is all the equipment that I use to do stuff during a live stream, including my controller, my wireless Hori neck phones. This is the Astro receiver I tell you guys all about that I use for when I use PS5 or my Switch to get surround sound. It's not real surround sound. It's like simulated. It's not very good. It's much better when I get it out of my Xbox because that's true surround. But I need that. And then here
Okay,
I got the
Fluctuating Miasma is saying that not only is there a new donated camera, which I saw earlier in the chat, I didn't have time to address. I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to look into it. God damn it! I got so much homework now. But also apparently he also showed this angle off last night. How did I miss things on the night stream? The night streams are supposed to be chill and not meaningful or robust. They're supposed to be for hanging out, and then there was like upgrades and shit. It sounds exactly like the opposite of DSP.
bag that my Gunner glasses is in, my remote control for my air conditioner, my remote control for my TV.
All of that has to be readily
This is my
accessible,
wireless
of
keyboard
course.
that I use to update leaderboards.
The
during
shittiest
live
wireless
streams.
keyboard I've ever seen.
But what you're also seeing over here
Bought that mug
is
for
the
10
storage
bucks.
ottoman that's always been to the side. Now, over the years, there's been various levels of clutter on top of that ottoman, okay? You might wonder, well, what's in it? Well, what's in it is stuff that was in it when it was in Connecticut. It's a storage ottoman. It opens up, and there's stuff inside, all right? Now, I've never
Explaining an ottoman.
anything
Very
inside
cool.
of that ottoman since I moved across the country 8 years ago. I've used the ottoman for, like, put stuff on top of it, but I don't use it for anything active, okay?
I don't think that that's the hallway rest ottoman. I think that there was a separate ottoman that used to be in the bedroom at the foot of the bed or whatever that was making it too cramped, I believe was the story that he told when he moved the ottoman, and that one is the one that's now in the hallway. I also do want to point out the horrible placing of this ottoman right now, because as you can see, this is very clearly some sort of outlet that things are actively plugged into, and they're just being completely covered and made inaccessible by this storage ottoman that is, of course, full of shit and probably far too heavy for DSP to actually move when need be. So, not the same ottoman, and this one's put in a terrible spot as well.
Since we have cleaned up the rest of the office, and this is the only remaining thing to clean up, it makes sense to go in there, see what's in there, test the items, see if they work, and then figure out if they're of value or if they're trash or what I'm going to do with them. Now, I know for a fact there's multiple joysticks in there for my Street Fighter days. I don't know if they work on modern consoles or not. We're going to find out, okay? And go from there. I'm likely going to end up keeping them because even if they don't work on modern consoles, they're still kind of nice collectibles. But maybe one day I could find someone who wants to buy them. I don't know.
Oh, we're gonna...
All right?
Oh my god, that completely defeats the purpose of the cleanout, you fucking bozo. I'm gonna continue to keep them because they're nice collectibles, and maybe someone somewhere down the road in 100 million years will want to purchase them. I don't think that's gonna happen. If it hasn't happened yet, I don't think it's gonna happen, boss. You might just want to give up on this dream that you've got here. And he doesn't even put them in the background. He doesn't have a way to properly display these fight sticks. Yes, they could be very cool collectibles. Yes, they absolutely could be used properly for a background that's actually relevant to the content that he used to make and be a part of in you know, professional Street Fighter gameplay or whatever. But he doesn't do any of that. It's literally garbage in the background. But we're going to continue to hold on to them and probably continue to store them out of sight and out of mind in this Ottoman for no reason.
So what I'm going to do momentarily is just show you what happens, how it opens, and then I'm actually going to pan the camera back here so you guys can see me actually, like, hold the joysticks and mess with them. But in the meantime, let me show you how this works, okay?
Show me how the Ottoman works? Go ahead. I've never seen an Ottoman, I guess. Whoa. Crazy.
Now.
Anyway.
Hold on. I just realized you probably can't hear me over there. This Ottoman can be flipped and used as a tray. And what they actually did when I bought this, they said, oh, flip it and put it on your lap because it's padded on the bottom. So use it as a tray on your lap. You can eat on the couch, put your food inside. Like this is a dining tray or something like that. You see?
What?
I think it's really ridiculous and silly because who the hell's going to eat with this on their lap? It's not very level.
Did he have a car salesman try and sell him this Ottoman?
Dual use. Use it at the top of your Ottoman, and when you're not using it as a tray to eat. I never did that. Okay? But anyway, so that's the top. Now let's see what's inside, because there's a lot of stuff in this Ottoman. Okay?
All right. Is he gonna do all of this in silence because he doesn't think that people can hear him over there?
Paper.
For packing purposes. Holy shit, that's paper for packing purposes. I'm convinced he's never opened this Ottoman and took anything out in the amount of time that he's been in the Snort Fort. 2014 he moved in. It's 2022. There's actual packing paper inside of the Ottoman. Hell yeah.
Okay. Is that the right level? I think it's all right. If you guys think it's too low, let me know. I can make it, like, make myself higher. I think it might be too high up.
It's the exact same level that I think it always is. And even if it wasn't, who gives a shit? We're going to move it anyway. We're going to move it anyway. There we go.
A little better? Okay. So anyway, this is one of my old joysticks from back in the day. Allow me to show it to you. It is called the Mad Catz Arcade Fight Stick Tournament Edition S. It was a product tie-in with the release of Super Street Fighter 4, which, as we already established, came out in 2010. Okay? So this is a 12-year-old joystick. It is designed for the Xbox 360. You can tell because the buttons are the colors of the Xbox 360 gamepad. You see that?
It's totally not, because you can very clearly see there is an Xbox icon right here that would allow you to access the Xbox dashboard. Obviously, it's the arbitrarily colored buttons that are on the actual box itself. Okay.
So there you go. Now,
totally couldn't have just colored them anything else.
First of all, it has a door in which the wire is stored. It's not great. If you try to fit the whole wire in, it never really fit properly. It kind of bulges out a little bit. The start and back buttons are on the top. On the front, you got your front face buttons, you got your triggers and your shoulder buttons right there, but you can remap this if you'd like. The joystick also has some features on it. There's a locking feature. So for example, if you want to plug your joystick in but not like have things accidentally happen, you can put it on lock so the buttons won't activate. And then you unlock it when you want the buttons to actually work. It also has,
oh my lord,
from what I can see, 3 settings: LS, RS, or DP. DP means this is simulating the digital pad on your controller.
Oh, it means digital pad, of
LS
course,
or
of
RS,
course.
that means it's
Sorry,
simulating the
I
left
am a
or
mind
right
in the gutter.
thumbstick on your controller. So imagine playing a game where the left or right thumbstick does something. It's not a fighting game. You can actually have this set. You could use this for other games because it has that ability to switch between what the inputs are. Okay?
Okay. Sounds pretty robust, dude. How long did we use this for?
I don't remember what these lights are for or what they indicate. They don't say anything on them. So honestly, I can't remember. This is a turbo button. So maybe what happens is when you press the turbo button and you press a button, you can turn it on turbo mode. So what is turbo mode? Many of you might not even know.
So maybe what happens when you press the turbo button? We don't know. We're just speculating here. It's unconfirmed and this could all be bullshit. But what maybe happens is, and then he's going to explain what a turbo button, you know, does, obviously. If you don't know anything, don't speak on it. How about that? How about we just make that a new rule for DSP?
Because I called this out sometimes when I
just shut DSP down like that, actually. That's
fighting games. And I say this guy's using a turbo mode controller. It's cheating. So what is turbo mode? When you're playing
have a turbo mode controller,
right,
though.
It's not centered.
Why?
Here we go. When you're playing a fighting game, there are certain special moves that are supposed to come out when you rapidly press a button. So, for example, if you're using E Honda in Street Fighter, he has a move called the 100-hand slap. And the way you do it is you have to press a certain punch button a certain amount of times in a set period of time. And when you hit it,
thanks for the demonstration,
amount of times in a set period of time, the move will come out. It's a rapid tap move. Keep pressing the button, the move will come out extended. All right, but it's harder to do it depending on the strength of button you use. It's very easy to do with light punch. It's harder to do with medium. It's very tough to get to come out with fierce punch. Okay, when you turn on turbo controllers, essentially all you have to do. Oh, I want my fierce punch to be a turbo button. Oh, I want to do 100 hands. Here it is. Done. All you gotta do is hold the button, and the controller itself will simulate you tapping the button. It's a cheating tactic because you're supposed to have skill to be able to hit the button and maintain that level of pushing it over and over, and people just cheat to get it to come out automatically. It's not allowed in tournament play. If someone used this joystick in tournament play, they would have been told the turbo must be disabled in order to participate in the tournament. Okay? So it's a nice feature. It makes sense. It's definitely not a nice feature to you know, try to use overall. If you're a tournament level player, maybe for at home it's good. Okay? So there you go. Now, on the bottom of the joystick,
yeah, Tony, it totally could have been an accessibility issue, though.
The metal is corroded on the sides. You might say, why is that? Because when you put this joystick on your lap, your legs line up with the sides of the joystick. When there is contact between human skin and metal, what ends up happening is oils transfer, sweat transfers, and you're eventually going to get corrosion. And there's nothing you can do about that. As much as you even try to clean it, it won't clean. It's going to stay corroded no matter what. Okay?
Actually, though, I don't think that there's anything actually wrong with the bottom of that controller. Yeah, look at that leg grease, exactly. I think it's totally like the actual metal of it is totally fine. It's just gonna look ugly as sin, in which case obviously I wouldn't hold it up to the camera and show everybody how greasy and disgusting my legs were in the past. I think that would have been the strategy. But you know, DSP's got no shame, and we'll just let everybody know that he's an unbathed, greasy little pig.
That being said, that's why you're seeing corrosion at the bottom of this joystick. You can tell I've probably used this one, or my friends, when they came over to play Street Fighter 4 with me, probably used this one a significant amount of time. All right? Actually, it adds a distinct...
Yo, did he just fucking smell it? No, he didn't. He just smelt the leg grease stains on the metal. No way.
Right? Actually, it adds a distinct kind of metal smell,
and it adds a distinct smell.
Now, in the future, what joystick companies ended up doing is they added padding. Allow me to show you.
Oh, allow me to explain. What do I mean by that? Well, what I mean is they've put a pad on the bottom of the controller. Okay. And then what that does is it allows your legs to not make contact with the metal, which therefore means it won't be corroded.
This is a modernized joystick from a game or a accessory developer called Hori.
Accessory.
They put padding on the sides of the stick. So when you put it down on your legs, the actual bottom of the stick no longer contacts with your legs, which means there will be no transference of oils, sweat, or chemicals between you and the stick won't corrode.
Chemicals?
Also, the bottom's made of plastic now instead of metal, so that way
it wouldn't have that corrosion anyway, so it's kind of like a double way to protect it. Also, just to be honest here, this is very nice, like rubberized padding. It's soft, and it allows it to feel very comfortable when it sits on your lap. That joystick there, because it's just pure metal, feels cold. So you got cold metal sitting on your lap, and then you get uncomfortable if you're playing it for an extended period of time. Okay? All right.
Well, the cold would go away as you continue to use it, though. So the extended period of time doesn't make any sort of sense. The heat would transfer to the metal and hold for at least a little bit.
101. All right.
All right, that's fine. We're just moving on.
The final feature are these little rubberized grips, and the reason that those exist is because a lot of people would not put this on their lap, but instead put it down on some kind of a flat surface like a table. And if you use the rubberized grips, when this gets put down flat, it will not skid around the table or slide. Especially if you're in a tournament or a competitive match, the last thing you want is your joystick sliding all over the place, and now you're losing control. Okay, so that's what these are for.
Okay, I'm glad you could pig explain the
Okay.
little rubber stands for me.
So,
Thanks. Never seen them before.
We got to take the wire out. No, I have never tried Hitbox. Hitbox is a company that came about in the last, 5 years, 10 years? And that was after my competitive days. I have not purchased a joystick, in that time frame, besides my Hori Real Arcade Pro 4 there, which was the era of Street Fighter 5 debuting. So I have never even seen a Hitbox. I know it's all buttons, right? There's no joystick, it's all buttons, I believe.
You've never seen a hitbox? I don't even play fighting games that I've seen a hitbox.
Here's the wire, and interestingly enough, here's the end. On the Xbox 360 only, they have a security failsafe. Watch this, ready? What that is a little connector. So, if you have this plugged in,
What that is it's a little connector. Like, everybody didn't just see you pull it apart, and it is very clearly a connector. What a waste of time, dude. An actual waste of speech as well. And DSP loves wasting oxygen. It's his favorite, dude.
into, say, a console, or you have it plugged into a piece of equipment like a PC, and you accidentally forgot to unplug your joystick, and you walk away, you will not pull the console or PC with you. It'll actually say boop and prevent that piece of equipment from being pulled onto the floor and destroyed. It actually was a concern because people were actually bringing joysticks to tournaments and pulling consoles onto the floor, busting them because they were stupid. So this is like a stupidity fail-safe device. It's only on the Xbox versions for some reason, because I do have PS.
That's because I don't think that they were designed entirely for tournament play, DSP. I don't think that was a failsafe designed for this joystick. Old Xbox controllers had that shit all of the time. I can't tell you how many times when playing video games as a small child, I accidentally pulled the fucking controller too hard and disconnected it that way. But I can also tell you is it was entirely stupid and pointless because it didn't actually help anything, because more often than not, you would just pull the entire cable out of the port on the console rather than have the stupid thing break. I'm not sure that the tension requirement for the two was all that different. But anyway, yeah, I think that's why it's on the 360 version only, because that was an Xbox thing that they did all of the time.
PlayStation versions, and for some odd reason, the PlayStation versions, they don't have it. I don't know if maybe they couldn't get it to work with the cord of the PlayStation version. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was because they were too stupid to figure out the PlayStation cord, of course.
Okay, so anyway, there you have it. Now,
Yeah.
the big question is,
Nonsense
will this work
misinformation. There you have it.
on my Xbox Series X console at all? I don't know the answer. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to try it. I'm actually going to go plug it in and see what happens. All right? Now I'm going to unplug my current joystick, the one I just showed you. That's the Hori. I'm going to unplug that and plug this in its place and see what happens. Okay.
All right. It's just going to be dead air, I would imagine. Yeah, Dusk, it was on the first Xbox controller wires as well, like on the original Xbox. That's where I remember having them the most, because obviously when it went to 360, a lot of the controllers were wireless. But yes, the original Xbox controllers had them all of the time. I even had one where like the tension on that thing wasn't good at all, and it would constantly come undone. Don't ask me how that happened, but yeah, that was the case. It was a huge inconvenience to me as a kid. Redbird, that's slander. The Duke doesn't suck. You have baby hands. Simple as, bud.
Get this tangle.
Bring back white and black buttons and return to tradition. Get rid of this shitty left and right bumper. I don't know what that even means. Get that shit out of here.
It tangled itself. Okay.
All right. Seems like he's got it plugged in. He should be waddling back at any point. Redbird, I didn't mean to insult you and call you baby hands. It's a joke. It's a joke. I'm passionate about the Duke. It was one of the earlier controllers that I used in my life, and one that I grew very fond of while playing Halo CE. And he's back. Let's go.
Sorry it took so long. The wires were all knotted so badly. I couldn't even plug it in. I had to unknot the wires to get a room. I plugged it in, and
I can't tell if this is working
Nothing.
or not. Okay, it's
it does
not.
not work on the modern Xbox Series X console. Interestingly enough, joysticks that
Dude,
work.
why did we ever think that it was going to work? It's a 360 controller, essentially. I don't think that they're normally compatible. I mean, you can't take an Xbox 360 controller and use it on an Xbox One, can you? I would imagine that they would have made you pay for a new controller. Why did we even try?
On the Xbox One will work on the Xbox Series X, but for some odd reason, Xbox 360 controllers will not. They didn't make that cross compatibility. Now, what I would like to see happen, all right, I would like to plug this into my PC and see what happens. You guys might hear all kinds of weird sounds, all right? We're about to find out. Let me plug it in and see what actually happens. So bear with me here. If my PC explodes, hopefully not.
I honestly thought that he was going to plug it into his 360 and turn that on and find out and just try and navigate a menu fairly quickly so that he could figure out whether or not it worked. But apparently, we were trying it in the Xbox One for some reason. Okay, we've plugged it into the PC. That was not my system, by the way. I want to make that clear. That was DSB. My system sounds are off.
It works with PC. It lit up. You know when Xbox 360 used to do the 4 segments around the Xbox logo that would light up if it's controller 1, 2, 3, or 4? It just lit up. It works. It lit up as controller port 1. So this joystick would work on PC only. I guess it works with Windows. It just works with Windows.
360 controllers
Okay.
work with Windows. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I can't play fighting games on my PC.
Not a new feature.
I told you guys I can't play PC games at all. It would max out my CPU, but it's nice to know it does work with PC, right? And eventually, if I do get to upgrade my setup, get a new PC where I can play games, and maybe I choose to play fighting games on my PC, it certainly would be good to have options. This is definitely a joystick I would consider maybe cleaning up. All right, and once
would
I
it be
clean it up,
good to have options?
You know, maybe using, right? So I guess we'll see what happens. That's interesting.
Why would you need multiple options for a fight stick? I would imagine that they would all work exactly the same at the end of the day if you bought the a high-end one like he has now. I bet he still has these fight sticks for that one day, maybe eventually down the road he wants to play on his Street Fighter 4 fight stick that originally was made for the 360, even though he has the Victrix and he has the Obsidian too.
I was expecting I was going to plug it in and the thing was not going to work at all. And now it did. It actually kind of shocks me that it worked.
Shocks
I'm
me?
kind of like flabbergasted that it worked like that, because I thought for sure I was going to plug it in and it was going to be like, nothing, zero response or whatever. So, okay, well.
And I do want to point out, he didn't
you go.
actually test anything. He plugged it in and the light
We have a
came on.
joystick
He
that's
has no idea
salvageable
that the
for
buttons
PC gaming.
actually function. Again, not you, not me. That was him. He unplugged the thing.
Back in the day, there were different kinds of joysticks. This one, the artwork itself is in the top panel, kind of like screen printed onto it. So it's already in the joystick. There's no way to like change out that art. It's kind of stuck there forever. There were joysticks that had stuff inside that you could replace to put artwork and stuff in. I might have one of them. We're going to see. We'll find out. But anyway, that's cool.
I really hope that he has some of those
only
East
thing-
Coast Customs
all right.
joysticks still.
There you go. Tacozilla just said, you can get this to work on an Xbox Series X, but you need to buy a converter. He recommends the Brook Wingman XB converter. Well, I'm not going to be buying that. Absolutely not. I'm not buying that. I already have a joystick that works for my Series X that's new.
Like
but it's
one
nice
step
to
below the
know,
Titus
right,
laugh
that
in
it
this
can work.
in
But
this
also
chatter
it's nice to work with
space.
PC. Now here's another question, because this is something that competitive fighters talk about. What about input delay? Because when you're using any controller on a console or PC, that controller might actually not be instantly reacting to what you press, but might actually add some input delay from when you press the button or move the joystick.
Dude,
and when
it's
that
like
actually
a
happens in
free
the game.
stream
Every
today.
controller's
We're
different.
talking about
Every
input delay on
console
an
and PC
arcade
is
stick,
different.
or a fight
I'm
stick
curious,
rather.
using an Xbox 360 joystick like this on PC, would it work well? Or would they say, oh, because it was designed for 360, that's going to add input delay, right?
Gonna
And now because
add.
of that, now you're going to have lag when you're trying to execute stuff in a tournament setting or whatever. I have no idea. All right, but that's pretty cool to know that it will work with my PC. Now I'm actually thinking, I wonder if the PlayStation version of the joystick would work.
All right, I'm gonna stop him for 1 second because I won't lie. I personally need just a second away from the wire noise that is actively happening on his end. It sounds terrible. I genuinely do not like the sound that it is making. It's so bad. I'm just gonna take another couple of seconds to enjoy not hearing it so that we can go back into the misery that it is. Ugh.
Because that I have no answer for. We're gonna have to mess with that too. But we're almost done here. What I'm trying to do is store the wire in the storage
Oh my
door. As you can hear.
God.
It's not an easy endeavor because you're basically forcing it in.
And no wonder the wire came out all floppy like that when he pulled it out. The way he's jamming it in there now. I can't imagine that's actually good for the wires.
I actually left the end dongle out this time rather than trying to force it in, and now it actually fits a lot more flush to the side of the joystick. See that? All right, so stick looks nice with Ryu and Ken for Street Fighter 4. By all things, it feels like it's working. Feels fine, and it'll work on PC only for now. Not going to use it on 360 or PS3. But now we know. Let's continue because there's a lot of shit in there.
Now we
okay?
know. We're going to keep that
shit.
forever, I suppose. Because nobody's ever going to purchase it. He's never going to sell it, and he's not going to throw it away right now.
Okay.
That was a forever purchase, that fight stick there.
What the? Well,
Uh-huh. We've got paperwork?
so, when Fallout 4 released
Oh,
in
I know what this is.
2015, so 7 years ago, okay, I bought the collector's edition strategy guide to go with it.
Yes, you
This
did.
was one of, if not the last.
To remind you guys, that was the one that was covered in sticky goo because of the rubber material that they they used to coat the book or whatever. And I showed you that I had the art book that was made of the exact same material. I know because I have both of them, and it was not covered in sticky goo. But this Vault Tech folder and pictures that came with it, they all came in the bundle.
Strategy guide I ever bought in my life. Okay, this came with some fun stuff, including this had a code to get the guide for, like an e-version of the guide for free. However, I think Prima Games went out of business, so I think if you actually went there, it wouldn't even exist anymore to do. I don't think you could get it. Okay, but it also came with Fallout 4. What do they call these? The bobbleheads, the bobblehead Vault Boys, the different ones from the game
What?
as artistic prints.
They don't call these
Interestingly enough,
bobblehead
this is not
vault
the game.
boys.
You had to buy the strategy guide. All right.
These are depictions of the Vault Boy and all of his iconic special stances to indicate what the special stat is. Obviously, intelligence with the book. I don't know why it's even said bobblehead. There's no bobblehead involved. It's
In
like
order
his
to get
brain
these,
just
thank
doesn't
you,
work
Gary
or something.
BKK for that tip. I'll shout that out in a moment. There you go.
There you
I held
go.
on to them and didn't know where they went. They were in my Ottoman. The whole freaking time I just tossed them into my storage Ottoman. I had no clue they were in there. So, do they have any value? No. Are they nice? Yeah, kind of. Would I do anything with them eventually? I don't know. I don't know if I want to frame those. They have zero value. This piece of cardboard, okay? By the way, interestingly enough, the Fallout 4 Collector's Edition Strategy Guide in 2015 cost $39.99 in the US,
Yes.
$45.99 in Canada,
Yes.
24 pounds and 99. You guys don't call them cents, do you? What do you call them? Pence?
Why are we even talking about how much it costs? Is this going to be
24 pounds, 99
relevant or?
In the UK, $54.95 in Australia. That's a pretty goddamn pricey strategy guide, no? Ridiculously expensive. So
It was
there you go. I didn't
hardcover. It
buy the
came with a
game. I actually
couple
got
of
it gifted to me
things.
by Bethesda, but I bought the strategy guide. So there you go. I'll
I don't know. If it
put
was
that
a
in the
purchase
closet.
worth it to you, it was worth it to you. But I
Okay,
don't
I'll
see the
figure out what I
point
wanna
of
do with it, but let me put it
bringing
in
up
there
the
for
price
storage
this late
purposes.
into its life. It's fine, brother. You purchased it.
Where to put it? Shit. See, I got everything nicely sorted now, so if I just toss it randomly somewhere, it's gonna I'm starting clutter again. So where the hell do I put it?
We've already recluttered the closet. Dude.
Shit.
He literally cleaned it out like 2 days ago. 3 days ago was the last closet clean out stream. I think it was August 22nd that video was uploaded, the last one. It's August 24th. And he's already unsure as to where he's going to put things in the closet because
Oh,
it's
the clutter
so
begins
full.
again.
Amazing.
All right. Shout out very much to Gary BKK for a $28 tip. It's good to see you here, Gary. Haven't seen you here in a bit. I hope you're doing all right. And thank you so much for the support on a pretty shitty day for me. And I don't know what's going to happen moving forward. I appreciate the support right now. Thank you, man. By the
What
way, it looks
happened
like
to
I did my
DSP
camera
on
on.
August 24th?
Okay.
He's
Let's
seething
continue. We
about
got more
something.
to
Does
get
anybody
to in this
know?
Ottoman. What's next?
What was going on in the DSP timeline that he was seething over?
Sun pack. I think this is pretty easy to probably figure out what's in here. But for the sake of argument, let's take a look and see what's in here, huh?
Is it going to be like another tripod or something? Something we definitely don't need and will never use. Hey, look at that.
A pretty
tripod.
high-end tripod. The way this tripod works, it's considered I think it's called a gun grip, where to move it, all you do is you depress
A
this.
gun grip?
And you can now move your camera around on a ball
I don't
bearing.
like that. I don't
And
like
when
that
you
he's doing
release,
that. He doesn't need it.
It locks it in place, and that's how you aim your camera. See that? Pretty interesting, huh? This was the second tripod I bought. The first one I bought, actually the camera's on right now. It's called the Platinum Plus by Sunpack. This one is called the Sunpack Pro 523PX. So why do I have this? Because back in the day, if you remember, I used to record with cameras all the freaking time, right? And
He bought a very
it
high-end
was one camera that I
tripod
would have pointed at my
for his
TV
shitty-ass
for
camera
frequently when
recording
I
his
did other
shitty-ass
cooperative
screen with that shitty-ass
making
audio.
projects.
Obviously,
Alright.
it was super important that he had this
That's not good.
well-built,
Why is that
well-maintained
so
tripod, of course.
Shouldn't be, but it is. These are tight still. No, actually, no, that was not it. This is the only one that's still tight. Damn. So, when I did cooperative projects, I'll give you an example here. All right. Sometimes I would do a dual camera setup. I would have one camera pointed at my television, but let's say we're doing a motion control game or a party style game. Well, you want to see
party
us
style
on the couch
games
doing stuff too. So I'd have one tripod pointed at the TV and another one pointed at us. You see? And that's what the purpose of this second tripod was. I remember I got this tripod way later than getting this one.
So
And
wait,
you know what?
in the modern day, we use the shittier first bought tripod instead of the robust and high end gun grip style tripod that we bought later on. Okay.
I'm actually thinking in my head, maybe I would want to use this one.
Oh, okay.
Reason being, it's easy to turn, and I'd be able to turn
Why
the
do
camera
you
all around my room.
Mm-hmm.
But likely I just kept it in storage. I don't know why I did, because it seems like it works fine. So in fact, how about this?
How about
Here's
this?
something we can do. Can I replace my current tripod with this one on the fly during the stream?
Oh, we're just gonna mess up the entire visuals
Let's
of this
see.
stream for an amount of time so you can try and put it on a different tripod? What an awful experience
It is a
that's
nice
gonna be.
tripod. This is a really high quality one because of the gunner. It's called a gun grip. It's really nice being able to like aim it with just a hand rather than have to like fuck with all the settings and things. So
Can you not
Let's see
move a
here.
normal tripod mount? I don't know. I don't honestly know why you need the
All I would
tripod for
need
his
to do
cam anyway.
raise
It's
the
literally a
central
webcam. You could set it up on
column
anything. It's not gonna
up to the same
move.
height that I have the webcam at now, which would be right about there.
I always thought it was weird he had a tripod
Okay.
for his webcam to begin with. If you've ever seen the actual webcam mounted
Nice
to it,
and
it looks like
sturdy.
complete
I didn't
overkill.
use it that much. Like I said, this was the backup tripod. This was the one that I used for projects when we needed two cameras, but I didn't use it that much. So actually, this tripod is relatively unused compared to this one that I've been using every day for the last 8 years in the office. It's pretty new. So let's see here how this is going to work out. Thank you, Kagome. I hope that things will get cleared up here as well on DSP Gaming. There's no guarantees, right? But thank you for this.
You're
the
right,
sentiment.
Tractor
I
Goose.
appreciate
This
that.
tripod is
So here
totally
we
going to
go.
come into play
What do
for the
you
Lego
see?
streams. He was planning ahead. He was actually thinking in like a seventh dimension that I
try to
couldn't
swap
even
this, right?
fathom. Thank you for pointing that out. Now I know I'm an idiot dunce.
This. Okay. Whoa.
Henry asking why would he have a tripod amongst all of those wires too? Well, and Logan looked at it the other day, his setup here. He's got the tripod for his microphone and the tripod for his camera like overlapping as well, just like full of wires. So like one slip up, one misstep in that claustrophobic ass room that he's built himself. This is a horrible angle, but one misstep and literally the whole setup comes crashing down because they're all intertwined for some reason.
Yo.
It really is a hazard.
Oh. Ooh. Ooh.
This is what Kat sees when she's doing something, you know? Implying that she would ever do that thing. I don't think that's ever been the case. I'm gonna be honest with you, but the joke stands. Yes, Russ. When she's tying his shoes. Yeah. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Obviously.
Oh wow. So right away I can tell you how useful this is. Look, I can move it all around my setup. You can see my YouTube play button on the wall already. You see that?
Whoa,
How
you can
cool
see
is
the
that?
play button. He should ship that to Keemstar. Isn't this the stream that revealed the unscrewed
So
fire
don't go too
alarm?
far back. I
Did
think-
it? I didn't see that, if that's the case. I know he has an unscrewed fire alarm.
I need to get closer. Oh wait, what am I? Well, actually, no.
Karez, the Tekken trophy is on the other side of the room by the window.
Yes. There we go. It's still different.
It's not gonna be identical, stupid. You've just completely moved a tripod and set up a new one in its place. You're not going to have the exact same angle. That was never going to happen.
It's definitely different, huh? It's definitely a different style of angle. The other one was a little bit further
Different
back.
style of
This
angle.
one's like a little bit closer.
Not just a different angle, a
But
different
the
style
gun
of
grip
angle.
is hugely cool because now I can move it all around my office and show you guys, you know, all around the office at once, which is really nice. I really like that. Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
What do you guys think? Looks the same, right? I mean, it didn't really improve anything, but now the ability to say, "Hey, here's my
It's the
YouTube
same
playbook.
camera. It was never
It's over
going to
here."
improve
In fact,
anything.
Watch this. Watch how
Oh.
easy this is now.
Okay, it's demonstration time. Sorry. Whoa.
Look at that.
It's the thing.
So now
It was the dude. He just did the thing that he, just did a few minutes ago with the other tripod. So it's almost like they're completely interchangeable, and it made no difference to the experience. I'm so glad we spent all of this time doing that. Thank you so
Usually just
much.
pan the camera back and forth when I do stuff. That's cool, huh? All right, so
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna pack up the old tripod.
You guys are asking for the push-ups, and it's never gonna happen, you guys. He already did 25 of them in 25 seconds, and if you don't believe him, then you're obviously a detractor, and he has nothing to prove to you anyway. You were never gonna give him money, stupid.
A good guide is to see that the YouTube play button is just out of frame. That's how you can tell that the camera's actually in frame. I don't think the camera looks any clearer or anything, right? It's not. It's slightly closer than it was.
It's the same
just
camera.
slightly.
How would it look any clearer? Because you
right,
changed the
so-
tripod.
How the hell am I gonna do this?
I don't think this guy understands what a tripod does. If his expectation was that it was going to be clearer.
Yeah, I actually think that tripod is much better. When it comes to like the legs not moving and stuff too.
The
And it's
legs?
less space. This one, the legs were wider. On that one, the legs aren't as wide, but it's still pretty tall. Ah. Kagome, welcome back. He says he was at the movies and catching up. Cool. So, now I just do this. All right.
All right.
So, Sunpack Ultra 7000 TM. Thank you very much. You did me a lot of good work over the last 8 years that I've lived here.
It looks so strange to see what I think is a legitimate product that is well built and could be used by somebody professionally to actually accomplish something, to be in the hands of DSP, somebody who is utterly incompetent in everything they do and has never produced a piece of work that would require that kind of equipment. It's just like the juxtaposition with this dipshit wearing his stupid GTA hat and his fruity little vest going there. Like the juxtaposition between that and an actual high quality piece of equipment.
I think it's time to retire you for now. Not to say that you'll never come back, but you've used a lot of work, right? I think it's time for you to retire this guy and to start to use the newer, more modernized tripod, so we can move around and see in the office better. Okay. Okay, I'm being told new update: the Dark Pictures anthology Devil in Me is coming out November 18th.
Whoa.
So it is not
Hot new
coming out
game
for Halloween
dropping
this year.
in
It's a little late.
2022.
Okay.
Guys, make sure to mark your calendars in the past, okay?
I'm very pleased we found that, because this tripod is actually going to help the setup a lot, I feel. Derek, what you missed is that we are doing the Ottoman unboxing. We're finishing up the whole cleaning out of the office. This is my old tripod. Now, really, it's actually a newer tripod, and we're using it right now, which is why it might look a little different. Okay.
All right.
So this will go...
It doesn't look like any different at all, actually. If I didn't know that he changed the tripod, I wouldn't have known anything changed at all. I love that the waveforms on the screen, the red ones specifically, you can see just how much AC noise there is and the fact that they never go down.
So there again, right?
Like, even at rest, when
And I'll
DSP's
be able to use
just away
this
from the microphone saying
on
nothing,
streams and easily
just
move around. It's
soaring.
really cool. So let me make sure it's centered. If I just sit here, I'm looking dead on it, you guys. Is it centered? Looks like it's slightly off. It's about centered. The camera's a little different, 'cause like I said, the camera's actually a little closer.
Dude, what are these angles? This looks so awful. Also, he's got his like chin pressed into the pop guard here. Instead of moving his microphone, he's just got his neck pressed against it. Come on, man. There's no way you could have like thought this was a good idea. There's no way there wasn't a better way to do this than the way that you're doing it right now.
Yeah, the camera's a little closer now. Now it's crooked. God damn it.
Face only a mothership could love is really funny, actually. 6-star neck phones. I like that.
That's good. That's nice, centered and straight, right? Okay. But it'll be much easier to maneuver around and look around the office. Very good. All right, now. See here.
Okay. What, are we checking our phone?
Continue on. We still got more to do. There's other stuff in there besides just those 3 things. I know we took a while for that one. Let's keep looking. Ready? Okay.
How was he ever supposed to clean out the closet, you guys? You see how long it's taken him to clear 3 things out of the Ottoman? He would have looked like an asshole. Okay, it's a camera strap, I think. I don't know why we're looking baffled by. Oh, it's a rock band guitar strap, even.
It's the strap from a rock band guitar.
I thought it was gonna actually be
Considering
something
I don't
usable
have
by
any rock
someone,
band
but apparently
accessories
not.
anymore, I guess I don't need this. I guess this is trash.
I guess this is trash.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a good question, Invisible Mute. Why did he have that?
What we have here is very different, okay?
How did the strap get separated, and then he thought it was important enough to keep it separated anyway? That's a great question.
This is the Hori Xbox 360 style joystick. It's called the Real Arcade Pro EX Special Edition. Again, this is likely from around 2010 or so. Okay. It's very different from the Mad Catz style for multiple reasons. Number one,
okay, walk me through it.
It uses a different style of joystick and a different style of buttons.
What are they?
The Mad Catz version, which is the one I showed you before, uses a brand that I want to say it's either going to be Sanwa buttons or they're going to simulate Sanwa buttons. That's a brand of button. These are different. If you take a look at the buttons,
yeah, they don't even have the dimples in them.
Rounded.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Like really flat rather than rounded.
How can you use non-dimpled buttons?
They have a unique sound. Hear that? Sounds very different than the clicking sound of the other buttons. These are called Shimizu style buttons. And depending on who you ask, in the fighting game community, some people like Sanwa, some people like Shimizu. I do believe Sanwa eventually kind of got adopted as the tournament standard, but a lot of people did like Shimizu, and it feels different to the touch. It really does. That's almost like a satisfying feeling when you hit a Shimizu button. That you're sure it's
the
like
other
a
one's
soft
not satisfying
feeling when you press it. It's hard to explain unless you're actually touching the buttons and making lots of annoying noise like I'm doing right now. Okay.
I hope you guys are ready for a decade down the road after 2 decades down the road when DSP is still unfortunately making content and he's switched entirely over to PC after like 3 decades of people telling him to do so, when he's telling everybody about all of the differences between the different key types on his mechanical keyboard. You see, guys, these are the brown caps. Okay, listen to this. And then he smashes the keyboard, obviously. And these are the blues. I hope you guys are ready for that stream. It's going to be awesome. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be like an ASMR style. It's gonna, which automatically makes it variety content, something that he's gonna be known for. 30-year legacy at that point or whatever. It's gonna be awesome.
But it's pretty cool. It's much heavier than that other joystick that I showed you. All right. However, it has less features. And what I mean by that is, you can see, this is for a headset. You could plug in an Xbox 360 headset and talk through this thing if you wanted.
Damn, you could talk shit through the controller?
Mad Catz version did not have that, but this one does not have
That's how you knew it was for the 360. They had built-in shit talking ports.
It does have your back and start buttons and your button. One major difference. The face buttons are different. You notice the colors are about over an arc, okay? As opposed to over on the Mad Catz, it was red, blue, yellow, green. Excuse me, let's try that again. Red, whoa. Actually, it's completely wrong. It's blue, yellow, green, red. Blue, yellow, green, red. So, because of the button,
I bet DSP sucked at Simon Says. The little light up game.
Remap the buttons most times for it to be the correct button layout. This joystick was not just primarily for Street Fighter. That one over there was, okay? But this one can be played with a lot of different style of fighting games. Virtua Fighter is one of the fighting games that only uses 4 buttons. So the 4 colored buttons would be the one being used for that. Same thing with Tekken. Tekken only uses 4 buttons. So you can kind of program in those 4. You see? The reason why is, take a look at this. This is the natural arch of your hand. So when you're playing naturally, your 4 fingers are going to go right
natural
onto those
arch
buttons.
of your hand.
Did it like that?
He's explaining how your fingers naturally lie when in rest. Thank you, because everybody else was unsure how their hands were most comfortable when not in use. Genius, actually genius level alien strat. They'll never pick up on the fact that you're not. Thank you, Jay Wuso, for the $5. Take a shot every time he says style. You'll be drunk in less than 90 minutes. Liver failure for the win. Hashtag team health. Well, it's 100% correct. And if you add that to the amount of times we've said sticky goo as well, you've probably drank enough alcohol to kill an entire village. So do be careful when you play DSP drinking games. Please, I've had my fair share of experiences with this is how you don't play drinking games, and they can be dangerous. Thank you for the 5, Jay Wuso.
Most people ended up mapping it so that the first 4 buttons were the ones you would use the most anyway, and then the later buttons. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really have that much of an impact. Also, the button layout's slightly different. If you can notice, there's an arch that goes. It's a big arch, right? On the Mad Catz, you have an arch for the first 2 rows of buttons, but then they go straight across. So it's definitely a different joystick design. Some people prefer this style. Some people prefer the more Americanized style of the Mad Catz I've already shown you. Okay? This joystick, as you can see, was barely used. There's 0 corrosion on the bottom at all.
We bought it to barely use it. Sounds good, dude.
I put DSP on the bottom to make sure no one will try to steal it. But outside of that, it's almost like new. However, you'll notice something. Look, no padding. This was before they started putting padding on all the joysticks. So again, you would put this on your lap. It's cold metal to your legs. Like, it's kind of uncomfortable and weird, right? I don't know why back then they didn't kind of figure that out, and it took them a while to figure out, people want padding on their joysticks, and now they have it on every one. What it does have, similar to the Mad Catz,
I genuinely don't think that it makes a difference whether or not the metal is cold on the bottom. I think you're being a pussy bitch.
However,
simple as, bud. You're such a whiner.
You
have to be one of the biggest Karen style complainers on the planet to genuinely complain about a temperature being cold on your legs for all of what would be 45 seconds before the metal Jesus Christ kept enough of the temperature to no longer be cold. Like that's actually one of the smallest issues to complain about, and the fact that DSP is actively complaining about it decades later when he's not even actively using the stick legitimately is insane to me. He's just crying to cry.
You can actually see on this one, the rubber stopper used to be right there. It slid over time. So these are not as good. The ones over there, the rubber stopper is actually around a screw, which I guess holds it in place. Here, it's just some, what do you call it? Glue to make it stay. So it's not as good. These can actually get loose and come off. Okay? So There you go. Now, we already know from experience the other one didn't work with the Xbox One. Or excuse me, the Xbox Series X. Just for the sake, I already got it set up. Let me plug it in. I guarantee you it's not going to work with the Series X. Would this still work with the PC? This is a like-new joystick. So...
This is a like-new joystick. It's only been sitting in this dusty, disgusting, decrepit, mold-filled, stuffy office for years now. It's like new, you guys.
That was interesting. That was very interesting. It tried.
It apparently did not work.
So, there was a completely different reaction when I tried to plug the joystick into my Series X this time. Unlike the Mad Catch, which nothing happened, the lights all lit up. And then essentially it checked with the software. Oh, it's not compatible, and the lights went back off. I was like, oh. So power will go to it, but sadly, it won't work with the Series X. Let's try plugging it into the PC.
Did I see the tits as he leaned over? No, I didn't. And I'm not gonna go back to look at him either. You can't make me.
It works. It works. It fully works with the PC, just like the Mad Cats. I plugged it in. It showed up. One was blinking. One is now solid. That means it fully works with PC. So both the Mad Cats and that hoary joystick will both fully work with PC compatibility if I wanted to use them in the future. However, again, could there be input delay? There might be some input delay. There's no way to know until you test it. I can't test it right now. Derek, thank you for chilling with me all day
you
today.
could have tested it.
Hanging out, and I'll see you later.
You just decided not
Maybe
to.
I'll see you tonight. I don't know. Guess we'll see.
Again, you can use any 360
Fine.
peripheral you
Two
want
joysticks
on the
that
PC. They
That's
just
pretty
sync
cool.
like that.
One downside to this joystick, no storage of the cord.
Almost
While
like
the
they're
other
made
one's
by
got
the
that
same
storage
company or
cord with the
something. Who
wire
would have
in.
thought?
This one doesn't have that. That's a little annoying. The wire's kind of loose. Okay? All right.
Yeah, Derek from the past. I tried to talk over the Derek shout out. I wasn't here for it. I don't want to hear it. Nonsense. Derek, go back to China or wherever you were at.
What else?
Life was better when you were in China.
We've cleaned more than half of the Ottoman out. Let's keep going. There's still some more in there.
We've still got about 20 minutes worth of this.
More paper. If you're wondering where all this paper is in there, it's because when I moved, I basically wanted it to be protected, so I just put all this big crumbled up paper, so if they moved around in transit, it would basically stop them from shifting around, because I actually did move that Ottoman with those joysticks in them. Okay, so there you go.
So everything I said about that earlier was correct. That paper is from the packing, which just confirms to me that he did in fact never move any of those joysticks out of there after moving. 8 years those joysticks sat in that Ottoman without ever being used.
Before I explain what this is, James says you can test input delay through Windows. You got to open up the controller section. There should be a test controller option where it'll ask you to push the buttons in order. There you go.
There you go.
Mr. Views to me $1.50. Says, what would be the tip's goal if you react to the legacy of Almighty Tevin? I only ask because it's not much different from Wings. Are you saying there's a video about Tevin similar to Wings?
No.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that Tevin had detractors.
Who could hate on Tevin? He's robust.
Detractors or haters that
He be watching
likely
Thuggin' It and loving
would
it.
bring a ton of attention to the stream.
I
I
love
don't know anything
it.
about that. I had no idea the video even existed or who made it. Okay, if it does exist, I guess again I would have to talk to the person who made it. You would think the person who made it probably doesn't like me either. Who knows? I don't know. See if they would give me reaction or permission to react to it.
You know, but that's a good point, Hate Army. Why would he assume a video about Tevin has to be made by Tevin's detractors? Well, obviously because, of course, the only people making anything about DSP are detractors. So to him, his brain automatically goes to that rather than the idea that there are genuine fans out there who are so interested in a person or a subject that they would make a positive style video about them. But yeah, it is very peculiar that he immediately went to Tevin has detractors instead. Maybe it's just wishful thinking on his part as well. Maybe he's hoping that Tevin's got some haters out there. Tevin's got ops out in the field, you know?
Certainly it would be a little bit of poetic justice of me finally be reacting to something that he does, right? Okay. Asuk Medic, har har har, says, do you still have the Vita? No, the Vita's been gone for a long time. Power squid. What is a power squid? Well, what it is, it's a squid when you plug it in.
It's a squid. What it is it's a squid. This is a legitimate live squid from the ocean, you guys. This is obviously a real authentic style squid. DSP would know, he's Italian.
Squid tentacles here and starts wriggling them all around. And you're like, oh shit, the fucking squid came to life. And tries to bite, Okay, it's not what it is. It is a power strip. And the reason that's a really cool power strip is because each cord is a different length and it's its own cord. As opposed to these surge protectors that you use sometimes where, how am I going to plug in this giant fucking power block when it's 5 sockets, but they're all next to each other, they don't fit. You plug in one block, you took up 4 sockets. So the power squid allows you to do 5 sockets
How many
completely
power
freed from
blocks are you
themselves.
plugging
If you
in?
have power blocks or other things, you're good to go. I actually have one of these on the floor, and I've used this for years and years and years in here. Right now I have my phone charger, my laptop charger, and I've plugged other things into that over the years as well. That's all I've got in there for now. But yeah, so power squid, I use one, and I actually have a backup. Okay.
DSP's such a weirdo. Dude can't even
debating.
use like a normal power strip,
Should
a
I put
normal
this into my
surge
closet,
protector.
or should I put this back in there?
He's gotta
It's good to
have
know I
some
have it.
some weird foreign style fucking power squid or something that nobody's ever heard of. Well, he just can't be normal for 2 goddamn seconds. He has to be just the strangest individual on the planet.
I'll probably just put it back in there for now, after we're done here. Okay? Okay. Sloopy Calamari says, show us the new tripod. Show you what? The power squid on the
You're
floor
right,
with 2
Snoot,
cords
and he
coming out
bought
of it?
2
No.
of them. That
That's
is
enough
incredibly
point in it.
weird.
It's not interesting.
It wasn't
Okay.
enough that he had
So there
1
you go.
power squid. He had to have
Still
2.
2 more joysticks to look at, guys. Which one is this?
Uh-huh. I would say it's dead air, but I mean, the AC is keeping us company here. It's going crazy.
Another Hori joystick. This one is for PlayStation, as opposed to Xbox 360. Real Arcade Pro 3 SA. I don't know what the SA oh, Special Addition with an A instead of an E. I wonder if that was on purpose or if they're saying they added something to it as opposed to the standard version. And that's why it's the Addition instead of Edition with an E. That's kind of weird, right?
No, they were just spelling it like they knew you were going to pronounce it. Addition.
This one
Obviously. Come on,
is
dude.
for
They were DSP proofing it.
PlayStation Edition 3 only. All right. Similar to the Mad Catz joystick. It's got a turbo button.
Uh-huh.
L3 and R3. So those are the thumbsticks you would click in. It
Obviously.
actually has buttons for those on the joystick.
Thanks for
Interesting-
explaining how to
interestingly
click in the
enough. And again,
thumbsticks.
this has D-pad, left thumbstick, right thumbstick settings. So if you wanted to use this for something other than a fighting game, you can actually have it control the left or right thumbstick as well. Okay. You're starting to select buttons. And of course, your button layout is a little bit more arched than the Mad Catz. It's more Japanese style is more arched. Okay.
There's Japanese. This is a Japanese
back,
style
Real
for a
Arcade Pro
controller.
3 Special Edition with an A. As you can see, this one was not used as much as that other one. It's not corroded.
Nope, it doesn't
But
have its
again,
rubber bottom.
No pads on the bottom, so it doesn't work. Okay. So,
Wait. It's got no pads on the bottom, so it doesn't work? Is that what he said?
but again, no pads on the bottom, so it doesn't work. Okay. So,
Okay. Yeah, I also saw 4 of the rubber pads for the flat style, but if he was talking about the leg style pads so that you don't get the cold on your legs or whatever, like, how does that affect whether or not the stick works?
It feels good. It really does feel like a good joystick.
Apparently it feels pretty good, though.
little clean,
Feels like a
maybe,
joystick.
Feels pretty solid.
I don't know what it was supposed to feel like, if not a
pretty
joystick.
Convinced it doesn't work on PS5. I think I will try just for the hell of it. So let's actually turn off my Xbox Series X. I'm going to swap over to the PS5. We're going to plug this in and see if it works. I pretty much guarantee it will not. But just for the sake of argument, give it a shot. Because if it does, I might use this, and I have another one as well that's a Mad Catz. If they work, I might try using those instead of my old real Arcade Pro 4. I've been using that joystick, no exaggeration, for 7 straight years. Maybe it's worn out, and maybe these sticks actually would control better, but I really, really doubt that this is going to work. Okay? Let me
All right,
hook
well,
up my
let's
PS5
stop
quickly.
talking
It's
about
only
it and
2
do
cable
it
swap.
then. How about that? Yo, where the hell did XP Squad go? Where did the top tip whale ever wind up? $250 is an insane amount of money to drop on somebody to never show back up, you know? How did we piss this whale off?
All right.
That was a robust sound. Is that what the PS5 sounds like? Or PS4? I don't even know. It's been a long time. It's got to be the PS5. My PS4 doesn't sound like that.
It tried to tell me, oh, your wireless controller can be updated. Do you want to do that now? No. Maybe later. Okay. Nicholas says, you know, after a shit-filled day, it's nice to have this calmer, wholesome stream. I agree with you. We're finishing up.
This is a wholesome stream. Okay.
I agree with you. I really needed to just relax today with this.
Dude, what is relaxing or wholesome about watching this, at the time, 40-year-old man go through all of this shit that he wasted a bunch of money on just to never use? What is relaxing or wholesome about that? Please fill me in, because it's nothing but grating and irritating watching this man have already wasted a bunch of money, completely not appreciate any of the things that he has, possibly throw out a bunch of things that still have value, and be as wasteful as possible. It's incredibly frustrating.
Stress of earlier, and sadly, you know, there's been no updates, positive nor negative. Certainly, those copyright strikes have not been removed or anything. You know. I've been checking, and they're still there. They're not being removed. Nothing I could do about that. I already disputed them. And I haven't heard any update from YouTube yet. So
we're talking about claims?
Okay.
We've already disputed them. And I don't understand how this is. Oh, that's the nonsense that he's seething and coping about in this stream. The thing that's that he needs a break from, that he needs to relax from. Okay, he got hit with some strikes or something. Very cool.
All right. Let's give it a shot.
And it's just my question from earlier.
PS5 and see what happens. I don't suspect it's going to work at all, but let's try. Okay, so here it is.
You guys got money on whether this works or not? Yes or no in the chat. Let me know. Do you think this works on the PS5? I'm gonna go with no. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think there's a way in hell. And now we wait with anticipation. We got some yeses in chat. I didn't expect that. Hate Army, I feel like is actively spoiling. Watch this ahead of time. He's cheating.
Nope. Nothing. Nothing. Zero reaction, no
All right,
likes,
nothing.
no
Hate Army
combos,
was not
nothing.
cheating.
Now I'm gonna try
His
plugging
answer
in
was
the
just
PC
too
and see what
specific. I
happens.
was suspicious. Snood. I thought you would get that reference. It was designed and curated for you. Curated style content for Snood.
Nothing.
It's also because my girlfriend's made me watch that movie a couple of times.
Absolutely nothing. That kind of sucks.
Throw it in the trash, Phil. Put it in the big contractor bag.
Yeah, that sucks because at least in the case of the 360 controllers, at least you're going to get some use possibly in the future. Yeah, at least something to look forward to. Like, all right, maybe one day I'll play on my PC. In this case, it doesn't even work. All right, so
it could. It absolutely could. You could get PS3 peripherals to work on your PC. You have to download some software, which I don't think the DSP would be capable of doing because he doesn't know how to navigate the internet. But you absolutely could get that thing to work if you really wanted to.
See, now working on PS5, essentially dead. There's no reason to have it. It's basically a paperweight to me. Maybe it's a collector's item to someone else.
It's a paperweight to me. Yeah.
Ace Founders, the PS3 stick will work. You must boot up a game that will use it like Street Fighter 5. Yeah, but it doesn't even work at all.
It's like the opposite of meaningful when it's a paperweight. If the joystick's not working
on the menu, then how is it going to work in a game? That doesn't really make sense. It needs to be recognized by the console before the game can specifically recognize it. So I don't know if I really believe that. Maybe, you know, if you're talking about a more modernized PS3 stick, this one's very old, obviously over a decade old. I don't think so. All right, we have one joystick left, guys. Ready?
Here we go. One more joystick. More dead air as we walk over to the Ottoman that we totally could have shown off when we went over there, but it's fine.
Stream the other day, or was it Daystream? I can't remember when it was. Funny enough, look what I found.
Whoa.
Oops. So guess what? At some point, I had another joystick, an Xbox one, that had a break-off cord. I probably gave it to my friend before I moved. Because I told you guys, I gave away a shitload of stuff before I moved out of Connecticut. I just gave stuff away, something I didn't want to take with me.
Think about that. He gave away a shit ton of things before leaving Connecticut, according to him, and still managed to transfer all of this bullshit that we've already seen all the way out to the other side of the country. Imagine all of the extra bullshit that could have existed. Imagine what that closet cleanout stream would have looked like. The shit would have been overflowing. The door would have been off the hinges. It would have been an actual mass grave of old electronics and shit.
Likely I had way more joysticks. If I can tell you, I had all those custom art joysticks. We had the Akuma one, the Blanca one, and likely 3 or 4 more joysticks that I had over the years, that I probably just gave away to my friends at the time and said, hey, I'm moving, you guys could just have them. And likely if they took them, they either played with them or they sold them themselves. This is the leftovers of what I took across the country with me. So someone got a joystick without the dongle, and so if they wanted to actually use it, they had to go buy it on the internet. I'm pretty sure you could buy this separate on the internet for an Xbox 360 controller. It's not that big of a deal, but it's pretty funny. It's completely worthless. Like, what am I going to do with this? I don't have another joystick for it, and now the Xbox controllers don't use that anymore. Okay.
All right. What a worthless, pointless waste of time. Thanks.
Thank you. Right now, I have zero control over anything. Just got to hope for the best. And if something goes wrong, remember the contingency plan. I'll announce it on Twitter and hopefully elsewhere of what to do next. But I'm definitely going to keep making content. If this channel gets suspended temporarily for false copyright bullshit, I will make sure that I can still make
We're in the middle of a copyright saga. Okay, all right.
So,
and that would absolutely explain the $501 in tips that he's received so far. Like, that to me indicates that this was not an actual appreciation for relaxing and wholesome content like some of these people were saying, but instead just a way to help DSP cope with the fact that he was getting false flagged on YouTube. So that's pretty cool. You never really let a tragedy go to waste, right? It's not enough to just, get hit with the strikes or whatever and take some time off and just fight them. DSP instead decided to continue to stream knowing that he was going to get wailed out for his sorrow.
Is the PlayStation equivalent of what we saw over on the Xbox 360. But interestingly enough, if you look at the artwork, you'll notice something. On the 360, the artwork was Ken and Ryu. For some reason on PS3, all they got was Ryu.
It's like it was different art or something.
Person instead of two? That's kind of a ripoff, no?
No.
Right? If you're gonna buy-
Wait a minute. No. That's not how that works. It's not a ripoff just because there's less people. It's a different piece of art, DSP. Somebody might actually not want Gen on theirs. Somebody is probably on the other side of the planet right now, coping with the fact, I need to stop saying coping, dealing with the fact that their stick looks shittier in their opinion because it's got busted ass Dusty Ken on it and not just their favorite character Ryu. You didn't specifically pay for two characters to be on the art. And if you did, I don't know where you went because that's not typically how you purchase things.
A joystick. You want one that has nice art. The art's nice, but why? Did you get kind of short change? Why didn't they have more characters on the stick for PlayStation than on Xbox? Doesn't even make sense, right?
Yeah, I agree. Doesn't make any sense, dude. Sure. Sure.
But anyway, so here it is. Same button layout as on the Xbox 360 version. The difference is it doesn't have the colored buttons because the buttons on the face of the PS3 are not colored. The PS3 controller, that is. So it just gives you more generic gray. Honestly, if you look at them...
Wait, the buttons on the PS3 controller were not colored? And I don't mean that as a slur. But I mean the actual, like, the shapes that were used were absolutely colored. They definitely could have colored those buttons. I think it was more to go with the theme of the stick being a lot darker, almost black even. I don't think that it was specifically because the PS buttons were not colored. That isn't whatever.
This one probably looks more aesthetically pleasing. It's a nicer.
You definitely could have bought PS3
scheme,
controllers that had colored buttons like that, though. They made generics.
This one doesn't. It's
Bad
still Super
Cat's
Street
probably
Fighter
made
2.
some.
It's the same exact version of the joystick we just saw over on the 360, only now done for PS3. So it still has the same select left or right joystick, lock the buttons, turbo button there. Here's your face button, still has the door to store the cord for it. So all the same features. And as you can see, this one I did not use as much as the 360. It's not worn out at the bottom. It is more used than the others for sure, but it's not worn out at the bottom. Still didn't put pads. So all my modern joysticks have pads. All these older ones do not, okay? The only thing left to do is plug it in.
He's pissed
right,
about that fact for some reason.
Plug it into both.
He's really concerned about the pads on the bottom of the joystick for joysticks that he hasn't used in about a decade. Why? Why would you continue to be upset about something so stupid? Something that doesn't even matter and will never matter because you're never going to use these joysticks. I'm waiting to hear a Windows boop boodoo boop. But instead, we're just getting fed aircon, which we all love, obviously. It's the hallmark of DSP's content. If you can't hear the air conditioner running in the background, is it even DSP footage?
Weird. Huh. Oh, it's oh wow.
Okay, so something unique is going on, something interesting. I really wish we could see it.
Like, I can't even get it to plug in. What's going on?
Uh-huh. Oh.
It's busted. It's
USB
bent.
is bent.
That
Wow.
was in storage. Something must have sat or landed on it and flattened the USB port. It won't plug in because it needs to be stretched out. Per se.
You can't just say
Without
per
having
se.
a tool to do that, I don't really feel safe doing that. I don't really want to like damage it.
I don't feel
But
safe
definitely it looks
doing
like I
that.
need to
It
stretch
might
out both
attack him.
ends, too.
It might
Both
pull a
ends
gun.
need to be banged up. So both ends would have to be messed with in order to get it to plug in to a USB port. So I'm not going to mess with my PC. Obviously, I don't want to screw up anything on my PC with that. It sucks. It looks nice. But the thing is, it's PS3. We're just going to assume it's probably the same as the other PS3 sticks. For some odd reason, PS3 stuff will not even work with PC, while the Xbox stuff does. Maybe it's because Xbox is Microsoft Windows.
Obviously
I'm
stupid.
saying?
Put two and two
That's what
together,
I'm thinking.
please.
Windows, it's more compatible. So,
Apologies if you heard the cat run directly into the microphone.
all right. let's
She very
stack
clearly does
the
not
joysticks
care
back
for the
into Ottoman
content.
now that we know what's in there. So we've got the 2 Mad Cats, 1 for each console. We've got 2 Hori, 1 for each console, right? Is that it? 2 and 2? Let's get them back in there.
Okay, let's just put all of the joysticks right back where we found them. What a hell of a clean out that was. We've just removed the joysticks, tested them, and then put them right back. And no, Snoot, she hasn't sneezed in my face again yet. I'm hoping that she doesn't, but she is in the perfect spot to do it, so I guess I shouldn't say that she's not going to. Okay, all right. Let's literally just did it. Thanks, Snood.
Yeah, that's it.
Bullshit.
That there. And the squid.
Oh, we gotta put the squid back, of course. Shout out all my squids out there. Okay. I do like the rummaging noises that we can hear. It gives the stream a certain sort of ambiance, you know? It gives it that atmosphere that you're looking for. It's almost suspenseful, right? It's like a thriller style.
All right.
I thought he was going to come back. And, apparently that wasn't the case. I thought the all right was the indication, but apparently we were just saying that for the meme. It meant nothing.
Okay, so let's recap.
Big rummage ASMR.
Let's recap what we found. All
Ah,
right.
yes, the
So we
recap. We have to do the
two-
recap.
Hori joysticks and 2 Mad Cats joysticks.
Uh-huh.
1 each for the Xbox 360, 1 each for the PlayStation 3. One of the Xbox 360s was unique because it was actually what's considered the Shimizu style control buttons and joystick. It's a little different from the standard Sanwa that was more commonly adopted by everyone for a kind of tournament play. So that was kind of nice to find the different one in there. There was a power squid that I put back in there. And
Shout
the
out
new
to Power
tripod we're
Squid.
immediately using right now. We're actually using the new tripod.
Whoa,
It's easier
an
to maneuver
upgrade.
around the office and show you guys things around the office. It allowed me to actually get this webcam just a little closer than the previous tripod did. And the legs don't stick out as far, so maybe I won't trip on this one like I did on the other one constantly.
He was constantly
So,
tripping over the tripod?
back to all
How?
those
It's a
finds.
tripod.
The
You
cool
know where it
thing
is.
The 2 Xbox 360 joysticks work with PC. So in the future, if I do get a new PC and I'm able to now play games on there, in particular, maybe I'll buy fighting games for PC. Maybe I'll try Fightcade, which you guys have asked for.
That'll
the
never
longest time,
happen.
right? So if that happens, and we get to that point, maybe I could try using those joysticks on PC. I think my current joysticks would also.
So wait.
work on PC.
You're
Like, I'm
meaning to tell me that we kept those joysticks for this long for the potential that maybe one day we were going to inevitably try a PC fighting game, something that never actually has still come to fruition. Like that was our holdout. That's why we were keeping onto these. We were keeping hold on these. That's not the right way to say that, but you know what I mean. That's an insane like level of like preparation, I guess. I don't want to call it that because it's barely that, but I guess it is, you know. That's
confident
insane.
That my Hori Fight Stick Alpha, which is the one for Xbox Series X, would also work on PC. So maybe it's really not a concern because really it's going to be input delay. How much input delay is there using those joysticks with a modernized PC? And if you go to play and that thing is monstrously lagged, then there's no point in even using it at all.
It's a
right?
monstrously
Now, as for
lag.
value,
Got it.
in this case, it's a little different than, say, oh, my retro games collection. And here's why. with retro games collection, there's intrinsic value and there's collector's value. The intrinsic value of those items is that those are games that can be played. If you have the retro console, like the Sega Genesis, the SNES, the Sega CD or 32X, or other, I think I had a few others in there, right? NES, the original NES. If you have those games, or excuse me, those consoles, and they work, you could get a retro game, pop it in, and actually play it. That's the intrinsic value. Now you've got the collector's value, and what that is, oh, well, perhaps this is a item that's rare. Perhaps this is oh my God, it's the original Mega Man, right? Or something like that. And that's going to artificially kind of inflate the value of that item to the point where, okay, maybe it has a resale value above him.
Is that artificial value, though? If somebody, like, the value is whatever somebody is willing to pay for it. And if somebody is willing to pay an absurd amount of money for it, that's not an artificial value. That's just the value. What is this weird justification we're doing? What is this weird big explanation? And this is coming from a guy who doesn't actually understand the value of anything, given the fact that he thinks that his content is meaningful and worthwhile to somebody. It's actual slop shit on the internet. I don't need this guy to tell me what things are and aren't worth.
Beyond it just being a usable game, okay? In regards to these joysticks, we really don't have much utility or intrinsic value to them. They look nice, true, but how many people are actively playing fighting games on their Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3 in 2022? Not very many, right? Very few, actually. And so that being said, you know, what's going to happen if I try to sell those? Likely someone would be like, well, it has no utility. No one's going to buy this joystick and then go plug it into a console and play a game with it. Does it have a collector's value? Possibly. Maybe those things are rare at this time. I don't know. I can tell you this. At the time when those joysticks were coming out, they were selling out. Both the Wave 1 and Wave 2 of the Mad Catz Street Fighter 4 joysticks, which is regular Street Fighter 4, and then the Super Street Fighter 4, were selling out everywhere. All right? The game was that popular that almost everyone who was buying Street Fighter 4 at the time, you know, 13 years ago,
everybody was buying
a joystick
them
to play with it. It was a very common thing to do, to go to the store and buy a joystick, even though they were over $100, like $130, I want to say, up to $150 in price. People were still buying those things to play Street Fighter 4. So they were, it wasn't like,
and as much as I would have called that nonsense bullshit, like that's just DSP thinking, you know, whatever about how popular Street Fighter 4 was. He has said it in the past that it was kind of a hassle back in the day when he was doing East Coast Customs to go and get those controllers, because there was a big reinvigoration of fighting game fight sticks because of Street Fighter 4. So I'm inclined to believe him here, I suppose.
Overstocked and every store has a million. That shit was sold out. You couldn't find those anywhere. They go on sale, shipment would come in, within a day they're all gone, and you gotta wait another month for the store to get another shipment if you want to buy one. Okay? So maybe there is some collector's value in those older joysticks. I don't know. They are all used.
And you'll never find out because you won't look into it?
Like that. You know what I'm saying? Chill Benefaction says, what if someone wants to restore it with new components because they like the look of it? Here's the thing. You can do that, but it's essentially like rebuilding the joystick from scratch, and allow me to explain why. The
Allow me to
elements of that
explain.
stick are the actual board. That's the thing that will interface with the console. Then you've got the buttons and all their connectors, the joystick and its connectors. Okay, that's the primary components. True, you could probably reuse the buttons, reuse the joystick, but when it comes down to the main source of the board, the board itself, you're essentially got to buy a whole new controller, because you're not buying a PS3 controller. Now you're buying a PS5 controller board to put in there. And I don't know what the pricing of that kind of shit is right now, but
wait a minute.
I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying
DSP sent PPP a DM? I thought it was weird that he was acknowledging Kino Casino out loud, given the fact that they talk about him as well. And we sent PPP a DM? Oh my lord. I wasn't ready for this arc.
I just want to replace the buttons, so I ordered them online.
I don't give a shit about this fight stick talk. I don't care. I don't care when he got the new one, in all honesty. Aside from the nonsense of the fan totally donating it or whatever.
No exaggeration, probably the board inside was $80. You see? So, could you restore them and have them use with a new console? Yes. but it might be a pricey upgrade. And especially when you could just buy a new joystick, why go with an older case unless you're absolutely going for nostalgic purposes? You know what I'm saying? So, do they have value? I honestly think that would be more value for collector. Maybe there's someone who 14 years ago, 12 years ago was
They really wanted one and they loved it.
Consoles, and they liked having the Hori stick, or they liked using the Mad Cat stick. Maybe they had those and they played them to death. They broke, and now they're not usable anymore. And you just want, I would love to have that in my collection and put it as part of my game room and show that I was a gamer back then. I was at the dawn of Street Fighter 4, and here's the
I was a gamer back
Maybe
then. Dude, that's what DSP should be doing. That's exactly what DSP should be doing. He should be displaying these sticks. He should be that collector because he already owns the goddamn things, right? And that would showcase that he was a gamer back then and that he was in the community that hard, He was definitely in the community that hard, But that should be him. He should be that guy. But instead he's looking for that guy to come and take these off of his hands, I guess. Insane.
Some value to them. But I really don't think there's going to be value as utility value. There's no intrinsic value of I'm plugging into a console and start playing on it. Even like I said, okay, will those Xbox joysticks work on PC? Yes. Are they going to be any good compared to something modernized 13 years later, where likely they've gone through multiple iterations, tried to get rid of input delay and all that shit? Probably not. Probably they're going to end up being laggy and not very good.
They weren't trying to get rid of input delay back then, you guys. They thought it was fine. It was like accepted standard. Don't worry about it.
You've got that collector's value plus a utility and intrinsic value. You can play the games. Here, it's more like it's just a collector's piece. It sits in a showroom or in a case. It's never used. You see what I mean? So, sadly, with all the stuff we just found in there, I can't really even put a dollar value on any of it. Unlike these games you can look up online and be like, oh, Mega Man 1 is worth $40 and this game is worth it. You can't even really put a dollar amount or a value on it. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could.
No, I don't know what you're saying, because you can absolutely do the exact same process and just look up those exact same fight sticks online and see what they're going for, the same way you did with Mega Man 1 or whatever. It's the exact same thing. You're just fucking lazy. You don't want to do anything because you have to be a little more specific, because the information is going to be a little more obscured, because it's not going to be sold all of the time like these old games are. You just don't want to do it. And VXXD with the 5, thank you so much. Can we skip the Street Fighter ad, dude? No, the video's almost over anyway.
Oh, those are worth something. I could go sell those right now.
You have to hear the Street Fighter talk. It's super important to the content, dude.
Oh, Xbox 360 or PS3. All right, I'll give you $10 for it. There's no value there. It's two generation outdated console. So, but
BLX with the 4 months. Thank you so much. How do you use a statue? That's a great question. Allow me to explain, okay? You use it by putting it on top of your bar, okay? And you just crowd your entire condo, so it's basically unlivable. That's the best use case for statues, obviously. Any more questions for the guy?
But the tripod was a find. I'm actually excited we're using this tripod now. This is actually a cool addition to the stream. So there you go. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching me do the final clean out of my office. All I have to throw out right now is this and the packing tape. We're actually making use of the tripod. Those joysticks will just stay in there for now.
I like the way that he wiggled the little wire,
In the Ottoman, there's tons of extra storage in there now. That's good. So, yeah, that's it. Now I've actually cleaned out my whole office. There's no leftovers. Pretty cool, right?
Whoa, no leftovers. Clean plate club. Look at the guy go.
What I'd like to say is thank you. I know this was an impromptu session for those who watched live. I literally have no idea if, as I go to upload this to YouTube, if it'll work and if it'll stay up or if my channel will get taken down. I have no clue. This false copyright strike bullshit, there's no telling what's going to happen. All right? So, all I can do is kind of shrug and be like, wow, this sucks. But it is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed who were here live. Thanks to those who continue to support.
My same reaction every DSP content I watch. Oh, wow, this really sucks. Shrug my shoulders.
Thank you very much. That's it. You might say, when's the next clean out? There is none. We did it all. we actually cleaned out everything in my office. It's done. So the next time I would clean anything out is if we have years of clutter build up again in the closet, right? Then maybe, but we got a while. So the good news is we're done with that, and now we can move on from it and head into hopefully, you know, a fun and busy gaming season. So, all right, guys, thank you so much once again.
Sounds good.
Appreciate all of you chilling with me today on the fly. Peace out until next time.
Peace out. Anybody named MTC Dude who is saying the DSP did not in fact clean out his didn't clean out his closet or Ottoman, get fucked. You don't know what you're talking about, and you're obviously a detractor. And I know earlier, sorry, Hoskew with the 2, 40 years old, cleaned his room. Pretty cool, right? Incredibly cool. Thank you for the 2, brother. And I'm sure all of you thought it was incredibly cool too. That's why he showed up, stupid. But I know earlier I said that we would watch the CT condo stuff and the moving in and all of that, but I will tell you I'm incredibly hungry, and I think that this is a fantastic place to stop. So this is the stream for today. It's like an hour short. I apologize. I'm starving. I have to go get food. Thank you all for showing up. It was incredibly fun. I'm glad you did that. Hopefully I'll catch you tonight. WPIG 1651 at 8 p.m. for Act the King. It is in fact burrito time. The ladies at the burrito shop are going to wonder why I'm early, but I'm sure they'll appreciate my business nonetheless, just like I appreciate all of you, not just for the business, but for hanging out. Goodbye, stay safe, see you when I see you. Bye.